What's up? It's Tiffany. Before we get started on this week's episode, please be sure to send us your requests at booshakalakapodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Twitter X, Booshakalakapod. You can also find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Instagram at Booshakalakapodcast. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Booshakalaka Podcast. I'm your host Tiffany, joined by co-host Pierre.
Oh, you just wait. She has this incredibly grotesque throat clearing tick. It's like, It's like she's digging for clams.
By golly, you got me again.
The Family Stone. Go ahead, just keep going. It's the best Christmas movie in the world.
The best Christian or
Christmas movie in the world.
Really?
Yeah.
Better than Die Hard?
Fuck you. I won't even do this.
I am one of those people. I am a diehardian. Anyway, so we're joined with what Pierre calls my favorite guest, Jay. Hey Jay, welcome back.
We love J. Jonah Jameson.
We're not gonna start this early. It hasn't even been 30 seconds. It hasn't even been 30 seconds.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, he looked like he moisturized this time.
Okay, so we on bullshit today. I think I've come in clear the last few times. I mean, but thank you for having me. I just don't want to get insulted this episode, if that's okay with you, Pierre.
God,
I don't think I ever insult you. I think I shower you in compliments.
Shower. I said I was from the Virginia Beach area, and you said
more like a golden shower.
I need to take. Okay, Jesus Christ.
See, it don't be me. It's just not. It's
okay.
I mean, if it's a shower, it's a golden shower.
We have an incredible black man on this show, and we will treat him with respect.
Thank you. And I don't know nothing about no golden showers.
But you know about Tyson Chicken McNuggets.
Right.
Okay.
The lightest of us three.
I should have had some.
You should have had some Tyson's chicken.
On a platter. Jay, look, your cousins. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
All right.
Sounds scrumptious. All right, so we're back with the review on Scream 4, which came out in 2011. The synopsis goes like this. 10 years have passed, and Sidney Prescott, who has put her life back together thanks in part to her writing, is visited by the Ghostface Killer. And not the one from the Wu-Tang Clan.
Oh my God.
The entire movie, I just kept thinking about, did Ghostface Killer, want to sue them? Because he didn't get his name from them. Who did he get his name from?
And I literally watched the whole show. I do not remember where he got that from.
This movie is very greasy. Why?
Yeah.
What do you mean? When you say greasy, what do you mean?
Somebody got some petroleum jelly and did this and rubbed the lens and said, "All right, action."
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No movie before or no movie after has looked so shiny. Scream 4.
Yeah, okay, so it looked like the first season of RuPaul's Drag Race. And upon watching it, I ain't like it.
Really? I hate this fucking podcast. How did you not like it? I was in love. I was like, oh my God,
so
it's blowing.
It had so many horror tropes in it. I found myself screaming at the TV. I didn't even remember all of the things that happened. I didn't remember it bit by bit. I do know, this is one of my favorite motivations for the killers, but just the way that the movie was just trekking along, I was getting so aggravated, especially when you know who the killers are. You fucking two twigs? No! There's no way in hell all this shit could happen for them little skinny bitties.
Okay, so I'm gonna defend the movie real quick. I think the way that it was is because this was literally the introduction of Scream for a new generation. And that's why, yeah, because the last time a Scream movie was released, I was in middle school. Not even middle school, elementary school. And so coming out.
So I was an adult when the third one was out, and I was an adult when the fourth one came out. What's your logic?
It was just like
everybody. You're still a millennial. You're still a millennial.
It was still a reboot.
It was
still a reboot. It was a reboot for the franchise. So I think that's why they were trying to just pump it up. And then
not a reboot. It was a continuation.
That was like 20 years, not 20 years, maybe 10 years. That was like a 10-year gap though. Like I'm very surprised that it was as nice as it was. We're not doing this. So we start the movie off in a movie. The beginning of Scream 4 was it Scream 6 or Scream 7? I couldn't tell. And they basically recap us and they give the audience something like, basically Scream 7 is the last, Stab 7 is the last Stab movie that has come out. And the beginning of Stab 7 is the ending of Stab 6 or something like that. I don't know.
I couldn't follow.
Yeah, it was weird. I didn't understand. Then they were like, Stab 5 had time travel. I was like, how the fuck they do that? So we're in Woodsboro, and we're I don't even remember. Oh, was it Jessica? Jessica and Marnie? Who are the two girls? Jenny and Marnie. And we're met with these two girls, and like they're supposed to be like super smart. They have like high GPAs and 4.0 grade point averages and shit, but they still make dumbass decisions.
I have a 4.0 and 135 IQ.
And I wanted her to do better than she did.
He's black and he'll whoop your ass.
And so they were watching the movie, and then you just said her name. Jenny tries to play a little gag on Marnie, and apparently they have like an app where you can sound like Ghostface that we still don't have in this world. I'm like, how the and so she like calls her from her cell phone and like plays a joke on her, and then all of a sudden she hears her get gagged. Then she gets a call from the killer, and she thinks it's Marnie.
So they're downstairs. I appreciate you, but you ain't doing it right. So they're downstairs talking about the Stab movies, and they hear a noise upstairs. And yes, like you said, she has the app. She calls, and the other girl is like, "You're not funny. You're not funny." And then she's like, and then and then the other girl comes downstairs, and like, who still had a cordless house phone in 2011?
I mean, they would have still. We hadn't really got into iPhones. They would have still been.
Was it like a part of the TV package? Remember back in the day, you can get internet, phone, and cable all in one package.
You still can.
It's like significantly cheaper. Oh my God, are you serious?
Yes, Spectrum. Spectrum be offering you everything, but now they do it. Their mobile is they'll like reset. Like they'll give you like a second phone line on your cell phone. It's weird. Like exactly. It's weird now.
But okay, so again, she called the house phone from her cell phone. Mm-hmm. Why are we not looking at caller IDs?
It didn't look like it had one.
It did.
Oh.
It did.
I don't know what you want from Marty. This ain't her house.
Nobody's doing the caller ID.
My thing is, with the whole, cause I even if it's a movie, y'all are two little white girls at home with no weapon, and you like, oh, I'm gonna prove him wrong, I'm gonna open a door.
Right. It's like I said, it's just the formula. It's like they said, like Sidney said in the first movie, always running upstairs when you should be running out the front door. That's what they continue to do.
Yeah, but I will say those kills were pretty good. Like that's another thing about this movie. They were actually, because remember we talked about how it seemed like this they started killing people off screen, and now they're literally slitting people's throat on screen. So I just thought that we were back to a place where they weren't afraid to show gore.
But the first kill, so Jenny comes down to try to get Marnie. Marnie gets thrown through the patio door. Mm-hmm. Who the fuck did that out of our two killers? Neither one of them. So she's all slashed up. We didn't see Marnie die. Then Jenny's running while the killer has a knife. She doesn't try to get any weapons. Like, okay, I know a knife is scary. Mm-hmm. I get it. But it's not a gun. Mm-hmm. I gotta find something, bitch. A pan, a skillet. Mm-hmm. What couldn't you say the other day? Some tongs, something to try to like fight off a knife. Anything instead of just running like a little bitch downstairs.
And then my thing is, your house better than him, ma'am. Why are you? It just seemed like she didn't know where to go, and I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
They stab her in the back, and she falls down in the garage, and then she pushes she falls down the stairs, which ends up in the garage. Mm-hmm. She pushes the garage door opener. So I guess if you get stabbed in your shoulder, your legs don't work anymore. Are we to think that he severed her spine or something? Why couldn't she walk?
No, because if he had severed her spine, it would have been like Wolf Creek, where you can't walk at all. Like,
but why couldn't she walk?
I don't know, because I just feel like she could have made it, but
right. And then he pushes the garage door opener down, and it slams on her. That's not how garage doors work. Do you have a garage door? Have you?
We
have you
already
encountered a
learned this
garage
from
door?
Tatum. We already learned this from Tatum. We're not
But
doing
that was 1996. 2011 garage doors are not like they're sensors. They have sensors down there, so when something's in front of it, the garage will not go down.
Yeah, he pulls her back in the house. And
But he kills her. That's what I was trying to say. He kills her off screen.
Yeah, but we saw during the stab movies, we saw people get stabbed and killed and everything. So, and they have to do that fake off when so they can show the title screens. But yeah, she had some big ass tits. But so now Scream 4 has begun, and we're going to be introduced to all of our characters. So, big shock, big reveal. Dewey and Gail are still married, sleeping in the same bed like some whores.
And why was the bed pushed up against the window? Like, what are you talking about? I gotta climb over you to get out of the bed? What is this? I didn't like that. Or gotta scoot down to the end? I didn't like that at all. I need some space.
So, Dewey is now the sheriff. I guess the old sheriff died of fucking lung cancer because he was always smoking. And we're introduced to one of the best characters. I think everyone can agree. One of the best characters in the movie, Kirby. And we're introduced to.
You don't speak for me.
I speak for the Scream franchise, and everybody loves Kirby. Like, I hate you. So yeah, we get introduced to Kirby, and we get introduced to Jill Roberts. She's Sidney's cousin. She's Maureen. Her mom is Maureen Prescott's sister, and we get introduced to Olivia. We don't care about Olivia. She looks like she's a porn star. And
no, she does not.
Yes, she does. So
no, she does not. She does look significantly older than the other two, but she was like a porn star.
So then we
introduce a college student,
Yeah. And then we're introduced to Robbie, and we're introduced to Charlie, who is the best looking Culkin brother in the world. Go ahead, argue. Out of Kieran and Macaulay.
I don't know what the others look like. Or are those the only two?
Macaulay and Kieran. I mean,
everybody else are girls.
We know what the girl looks like, but I think the other ones, they're not in show business.
Where have we seen this guy from?
He's been in.
He was in something recently.
Yeah, he was in Swarm. I don't know if you saw Swarm.
That's it. That's
with his dick on the strawberries. And so yeah.
Okay.
But he's the best looking one.
Okay.
You just anyway. And I think that's it. I think that's all of the new main character. Oh, and it's fucking Deputy Judy. Ugh.
No, and we also Sydney's publicist Rebecca.
Yeah. Okay.
Becky.
So while the girls, Kirby picks up the girls in her car that she's speeding in, and she don't know how to fucking drive. I hate friends.
She was driving like she was fucking Cher Horowitz. Like, what, bitch? What are you doing?
Like, your town is not even big enough to be doing all that. Like, that's like speeding in Bay St. Louis. Like, where are you going? So the girls are headed to school.
No, it's not.
And they're basically talking about how Jill.
You know what I just thought about? These bitches must be broke.
As compared
to. No, as compared to like, think about Sydney's house from part 1 and Stu's house, and then we go to their house and they're in these little residential neighborhoods. They ain't got no money.
I hate you. Dewey's house was nice, like. Dewey's house was.
They were like on the outskirts, right?
Dewey was. I don't think. No, Dewey was in the neighborhood. Remember, he left out of his house and then Kirby almost hit him with her car.
Yeah, he lives down the street from Jill.
Right. So what I'm saying is, think about the first one. Think of where Sydney's house was in the first movie, and think of where Stu's house was. These bitches had no money.
His house was in like his house was like in the woods by a lake.
Yeah, it became more. It's more residential at this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know. Woodsboro just looks like it looks rich, but then it looks poor too. I don't know how to describe it. And so the girls are basically
like
talking
any
about
other town. What are you talking about?
I just don't have time for this.
I was driving through.
There are no apartments there.
Yesterday, I went to Kansas City to go to this black area or whatever. There's like this black-owned brewery, the only one in the whole state of Missouri. And while I was driving there, they had like, I guess it's like a black neighborhood or whatever. And you're there, and then you drive like not even a quarter of a mile, and like everything just changes. Like the houses are huge, big, and it's like, wait a minute, like that line of. it's not a line of demarcation, but it's like the, other side of the tracks type of thing.
Oh,
So
like
it
Houston.
was,
That's how
yeah,
Houston.
it was just so weird seeing that, because it was like you see these people on the street, the unhoused. I don't know if they were unhoused, but I mean, this lady was rocking back and forth. I was like, damn, do she hear the song I got playing in my car? But she was sitting outside the store, and not 3 minutes later, somebody's walking with their little poodle down the street. It's just so crazy to see that in real time. So yeah, I just wanted to make that point. But anywho, but yeah, like Houston, like I said, so like any town now with gentrification, it's getting bad.
Mm. So the girls are basically talking about how Jill broke up with Trevor, and Trevor's been calling her friends to try to get them to make her talk to them. That'll be
let's also place one more little thing. So when Jenny was on the phone and she thought she was getting a crank caller, she did mention, "Is this Trevor?" So we are to assume that Trevor cheated on Jill with
Jenny. Okay, yeah. Jenny. Yeah. So yeah. And they also get a call from like Ghostface, and it's really creepy. Well, Jill gets a call from Ghostface, and it's really creepy. And yeah.
But then she got a call from.
It was from Jenny's phone.
But yeah, from Jenny's phone. And then Olivia got a call from Ghostface, but on Marty's phone number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they head off to school, and Woodsboro.
Marty is a really ugly name. My God.
For a girl in this generation, yes. Like,
it sounds like a dog's name.
That seems like when Pearl was young.
Marnie. Oh, that's you know what? That's Jeopardy Judy's real name. Just thought about that. Okay, you got your OBJ going on. I see it. I just realized it.
She's talking to you.
Okay, I was like, clearly she's talking to Jay.
OBJ, come. All right.
Jay, you're gonna be nice, okay?
You wish.
Nice. You're gonna be nice. So Sydney arrives in town, and she's there for her book tour. She wrote this. I don't even know what the fuck her book is called. Nobody cares.
Return to Me.
Oh yeah,
like that.
Something out of the darkness.
Out of the darkness. It was so funny when Rebecca was like, "Look, did you see the display?" And I was like, "Bitch, it's just a poster and some books. Like, you ain't do shit."
She's like a terrible publicist. She seems like a terrible publicist. Like,
she seems very money hungry. She seems like Gail.
Yeah. So there are a lot of. I think what they're mirroring a lot of personalities from the first franchise. But yeah, so she arrives and they're getting all set up, and then I guess because this is the anniversary of the original Woodsboro murders with Billy and Stu, so it's like literally the anniversary day.
15 years.
God damn, 15 years. And so people did it as a prank. They put these scream things on light posts, which that actually looked good.
So they're called Ghostface. They're not called scream things.
They put Ghostface masks. It's like these little, I don't know, but they really looked good.
It was too nice. It was too nice. Like a professional event planner did that shit. It wasn't no kids down the street that did that.
That's why I was like, I mean, if you wanted to get publicity, like increase your tourism, I would have left those up. They look really nice. And they're taking them down. Of course, they're like the mayor wants them down. This is what I don't understand about Judy. I don't fucking like her character. I was glad she died in the next movie, but I don't.
Wow, spoiler.
But I don't like. Okay, you're a deputy. This is your sheriff. Why the fuck are you making him lemon squares and shit? Like,
nobody clearly has a thing for this guy.
I understand, but it's very usually it's subtle. Like, this is very fucking obvious. Why do you bake my? And then for Gail, I understand she why are you making my husband?
How should you flirt?
With your work husband or work wife.
I'd be like, Sheriff, can I come with you? Like, I don't know. I don't cook shit for no. It just seemed very on the nose to have a crush on your boss, and then you're baking him shit, and nobody cares.
Have you ever had a work crush?
Yes. And no, I did not bake them a goddamn thing. I didn't fix them nothing. I bring them food. Like, no.
What was the dynamic? Was this a superior or was this a colleague?
This was a colleague.
Okay.
Did it go anywhere?
No.
Okay. I had one as well.
Ew.
Because
you're remote.
And it led me straight to hell.
So this went further.
That's that fucking August Leo I'm talking about.
God bless. Hey.
Never again.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend.
Wow.
Just no, dating a
In
coworker.
Leo season, y'all doing this?
Wouldn't recommend dating a coworker is what I meant.
Oh yeah. Don't shit where you eat, for sure.
Mm.
That's no good.
It makes sense in the grand scheme of things, just because you spend most of your time at work. So it's like,
especially if you're doing the same job. Like,
yeah,
if
like
we
where
work
else
at
are you supposed to meet
Walmart and
people?
you work in the stock room and I'm a cashier, that's different. But I'm talking about we were doing the same fucking exact work. Like, what am I doing?
Y'all aren't playing the long game though.
We were 3 desks over.
What if this?
No.
What if this goes south? Then you're stuck with this person until one of y'all gets a new job.
Yeah.
I mean, but actors do it. Actors
I got a new job, but it still didn't work out. So.
Well, actors can just move across the country and still be an actor, but I'm gonna still be in.
If you're on a TV show, though, if you're on a TV show like the y'all don't watch that show, on Outer Banks, when the two leads started dating and then they broke up, and it was like, why did you do that? Like, and
what was that one show? Oh my god, was that Dexter, where he was dating the one woman that's supposed to be his sister on the show?
Yeah.
He was married
in
to
the
her,
show
and
and
they had
in
to
real
continue
life.
Being brother and sister on the show. Like, how uncomfortable! Like, get out of my face.
I think they tried like looping that into the storyline. Actually, he started because she was like his adopted sister in the show. So,
oh, gross!
A loophole. They
tried it, and it was still pretty weird.
I don't like it.
So
exactly, Dracula.
Don't make shit for my husband. But yeah, so they get the call.
Well, I mean, you see where he put them. Right at the front door for the community of police officers to eat them.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do. Well, I mean, there's a no gift.
Yeah,
anyway,
you should make for the office.
Yeah,
and I used to always we were fat. We used to have like a potluck all the time. Like I bring in something one week, and then my other friend would bring in something the next week. But
you put a little extra love into that cookie for that crush, though. It's a little bit creamier.
Oh no,
fatter.
I don't.
Ew, why is the cookie creamy?
I mean, gooey.
We don't need to know what you did
like
in college.
I don't bake. So
that's the easiest thing to do.
Yeah, what did you do? You store bought?
We've had this conversation before. No. I'm a savory, not a sweet.
Okay.
So I can make anything except for like cookies and stuff like that. I can't do it.
So what were you bringing to the potlucks?
Meatballs, cocktail weenies.
Oh, that sounds like baby shower.
Just because I'm black don't mean that that's the only thing I cook. Chicken wings. No, I'm just kidding.
Now that's too much for a potluck.
No, whatever. Like I'll make whatever somebody says, I can make it.
I want to roast. So,
I can do that.
They find the two girls, they find the murderers, and then they show up at Sidney's book signing because apparently a phone was taken from the crime scene and they traced it back to the book signing, which
to that area.
You're gonna have to explain that to me, because how?
Bitch, you're gonna have to explain it to me.
Because I'm like, first of all, how did you just know that their phone was that particular phone was like? How do you know that? Like, if you show up to a murder,
I think it was one of the girls' phones, so it was either Marnie or Ginny's phone.
Is that a procedure that you just look for their cell phones though?
When your killer always calls somebody before killing them, I guess yes.
Okay, because I'm just like that. It just seemed very like cat and mouse. Like, how did y'all get here? Like, what? That like, and then y'all traced it. Like, how did you know to trace this? Like, who gave you this information? Did their parents find them? Like, what? Okay.
That's gonna be the last thing I'm fucking looking for is my kid's phone.
That's why I'm like,
who was? Well, I guess it was just like who was the last person that they talked to, type of thing.
Okay, because that was just a far fetched. But anyway, they call the phone. They made it so dramatic. First of all, like stand back. All right, ring. I'm like, y'all could have done. Y'all literally didn't even have to interrupt this. Y'all could have literally done this outside.
The whole time with Anthony Perkins' fat ass. I'm gonna call him that in this movie.
Why?
Perkins?
I kept thinking about.
He means Anderson.
Anderson. Who the hell is Perkins?
Anthony Perkins, Psycho.
That was his name in the movie, actually.
Oh.
His name was Anthony Perkins in the movie. That was his character's name.
Oh, we doing last names today? All right.
Have you seen Hoodwinked?
No. It was too much like Shrek. I thought it was a ripoff.
No! It's so good. Anyway, he played a cop in that movie. So it's like, I feel like he was trying to be the same character. So the whole time, I just kept thinking about him being the cop in that damn cartoon. But anyway,
I hate you.
sorry. You really need to see it. It has one of my favorite lines ever in the entire world.
Look, Google what it's on. So yeah, they ring the phone, and then they hear it ringing all the way from inside Sydney's rental car. They're inside the building, but they hear it ringing all the way out there.
Well, and no, there were people outside that heard it ringing outside.
That's some bullshit. Like, oh, it's coming from over here. So
it's on Prime Video. I'm watching it tonight. Sorry.
So Sydney's like, dude, it's my rental. And they open it, and it's just like her, like, you know, little portraits of her with blood on it, and then the phone. And I'm like,
it's her book.
It's not her book. That book is not that goddamn big. Book is not that big. Go watch it again. It's like the portraits for her, you know, like it's for her stuff. It's just
so who did this? Who put that in that trunk? Please. And why? And they just didn't check the trunk. Like,
you do not check the trunk of your rental car.
You don't.
She had just gotten there.
You don't check it until you check out of your hotel.
So she doesn't live in Woodsboro anymore. So if she just got there, wouldn't she have put luggage in the trunk?
But see, I don't know if she stopped at Jill's. Like, I don't know when she...
Yeah, does she... That's what I'm trying to think. Does she mention doing anything else? Or she just doesn't mention
that's why...
She was attending the book fair, though, right?
Literally. Like, the first
time
we see
her... She'd already been in town for, like,
fair?
a day or two. Yeah.
Like,
okay.
But when we see her, she's literally arriving, she's getting out of the car, and she's going into the bookstore. So I don't know what happened. And then when we meet Jill, it's not like Jill was like, she's staying with us. She came last night. Like, there was no exposition. So I don't know how we got here.
And let's just keep it real. If this happened and Sydney got notification that 2 girls had died, she would leave.
She said, I want to know.
Why would she stay?
She said, because right after this, she went to the police station and she was like, Dewey, I should leave. And he was like, well, you can't because you're a material witness. The blood and stuff was in your car. They cut that off right then and there.
He needs to take that up with Enterprise because she didn't do it.
So, and then in the meantime, you know, all the girls, they are notified. Everybody at school is notified about the murder via what? I don't know.
Who the fuck was on a mass text in 2011?
It might have been an Amber Alert, maybe. No,
but Amber Alert for somebody that's already dead.
But yeah, I don't.
It's Woodsboro. They're used to like mass killings and shit. They might have like that set up.
You mean multiple murderer?
Well, if I think you're the killer.
Wait a minute. So, you're raising more questions. Because who does send out a mass text? Like who has everybody's number in the school?
Oh, you know who did it?
Automated.
You know who did it?
Joint.
Who? You know who did it? Our killer, because she apparently couldn't find her phone.
Well, not yet. Remember, she had her phone.
No, because when everybody's getting texts in the classroom, she's the only person that does not look at her phone.
You about to make me go rewatch this damn movie because I do not remember that.
I know Jay's watching it right now.
I'm not watching it right now. I'm over here trying to figure out my goddamn mic setup.
You know what? I need you to be more look.
I'm not
interactive.
I'm engaged and I'm not watching the movie right now.
But you'll watch that fucking Dead Heights bullshit while we but your mic sounds fine though. Your mic sounds fine.
No, it was something else I was trying to do.
Give me the 555-1212.
I had to watch that shit live. I mean, it was just so bad. So bad.
Y'all are some haters.
No. And what is hoodwink? That sounds right up.
It's like a Shrek. It looks like it's not Shrek, but it's like, you know, the 3D style cartoon. You remember they had the Red Riding Hood? Like it's like a.
So it's a cartoon, and you follow Red, and she gets to Grandma's house, and the big bad wolf is there. So basically. There's a cop that comes in. It's a frog. Frogs. So the cop comes in and he basically wants to get the story. So he gets Red's story, he gets the big bad wolf story, his grandma's story, and he gets the the big.
So it's like
a story. I don't know.
A different POV type of movie.
Yes, yes. Right. It's so funny. Like
I don't like to don't say a cartoon. Say it's animated because I feel like that style of animation isn't a cartoon. Like I wouldn't say Toy Story is a cartoon.
I'm with you. I'm rolling with that. Yeah.
Okay. Because
Animation
like
versus
Aladdin is a cartoon.
You guys don't even watch the movies I recommend, so I don't even know why I brought it up.
You're a
Yo,
fucking
I
liar.
was gonna watch Remember, but I logged into Netflix the other day and I seen some shit about the dark side of boy bands, dirty pop.
Why the fuck did you watch that? Why did
I
you watch
grew up.
that?
That was my era.
Oh my god, I hate you. Because I saw it. Netflix does this thing where like it shows you like a big preview when they got new shit on. And I was like,
I was going in there to watch Tiffany's recommendation, but I haven't gotten around to it yet.
So yeah, the girls, the three girls show up. I don't know why fuck Kirby's there. I guess she had to drive them because they're fucking poor. And they're basically at the police station as well. And they're telling the police that they got the creepy calls. So, that's when, they're all like, I mean, it's so awkward because it's like Sydney literally has fans, but she don't realize it. They're like, oh my God, it's you. Or, oh, I mean, the Ghostface voice. And it's just like, yeah, I don't know. It's like, I wanted her to, it's like she doesn't seem as healed as she says she is. Because I'm like, I would have been like,
well, I think it has a lot to do with it being she's 10 years removed, and this is probably the first book she's ever written. So like she's, back into the limelight. She's just kind of been chilling for a while. So I think that's what that was.
Because it's like
probably,
it's
is she married to Kincaid at this point?
I don't think they mentioned her being married.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I didn't look at her hands to see if she had a ring. But so they all go back to Jill's house, and they have them under police surveillance, even though they have fucking
shit surveillance. My God.
Dim and Dodo. And they're just parked outside the house. But Kirby's there, her mom's there. Her mom. What do we can say about Jill's mom? I don't know. I just thought it was
this part pissed me the fuck off.
Well, when she was like, does she have scars? And she was like, I have scars too. Nobody asked me about my scars.
Oh my God.
I'm like, you attention fucking whore. It's like your daughter the way she is. Because I'm like,
and Kirby's like, no. Jill's like, yeah, we're talking about actual wounds, actual knife scars. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, bitch, what the fuck?
Yeah, that was
good though. It played into the character.
But
She's Maureen Prescott's sister.
I know.
Your sister's been like hounded by the entire town.
But it's just like,
no,
I don't know. It's like it felt like you're jealous, like that jealous sister shit. Like I was like, what? I just couldn't.
What's so crazy is Jill is literally her daughter because she feels the exact fucking same way that her mom does, but she just obviously took it to the extreme.
But anywho, that's literally all we get about her raggedy ass personality. Kate. And so Jill and Kirby go and they go watch Shaun of the Dead. They're just chilling in their room and
great movie.
I wouldn't know.
What?
Wow.
Okay, we're not gonna do this. Y'all know I did not watch.
No, we are gonna shame you. Actually,
Shaun of the Dead. I've only seen it once, but
I haven't even seen Dawn of the Dead. I don't like zombies. I think
neither do I. But you watched The Last of Us, didn't you? Ain't that zombies?
Different.
No,
how did you know that? How the fuck did you know that?
Biomutants. Yeah.
But no, that's different. That is
not different.
A, it's a video game. B, it's less about the zombies and it's more about the storyline. Like we don't even see the zombies half the time. We just see how society has collapsed.
George Romero basically created the zombie takeover, and you haven't seen his movies?
I'm gonna get nerdy. I don't think Last of Us are zombies because they're not undead technically. They're living with a virus, a biological virus. Zombies can just come from the grave and then just...
Okay, so what is this like? So in the show The Strain, they weren't vampires then?
I wouldn't call those fucking things vampires in The Strain, but I guess
they were. Anyway,
no, they had they had tapeworms coming around,
or V Wars.
Oh my God, The Strain.
I don't know what V Wars.
I stopped watching it. It made me so mad.
You don't even ever seen V Wars?
I've never seen V Wars, and The Strain is awesome.
They literally, it's the same thing where it's like a virus and it turns you into vampires, but they call themselves the Bloods.
Okay.
Get the fuck out of here.
No, I swear to God. No, there's like,
terrible.
It becomes.
Do they wear red bandanas?
And it's like this televised thing, and they're like, "You're not gonna destroy the Bloods." Like it's not even meant to be funny, but it's so funny because I'm like,
ooh.
did they? you could tell a white writer wrote it and didn't even think about the Crips and the Bloods. He just was like, and so it's like the Bloods against the humans. It's funny. It got canceled after one season, but yeah.
Oh yeah, I believe it.
So, they're chilling watching Shaun of the Dead, and Olivia calls. I don't know where the fuck she's coming from. Maybe she's a cheerleader because she gets home late at night, like Tatum. And so, because I mean, like, where were you at? It's dark.
Wherever the fuck she wanted to be.
You're in high school, baby. No, without your friends, where were you?
What if it was daylight savings time? Out here, it gets dark at 5 o'clock.
I don't know shit about Missouri,
But they live in California. Coming from the person that used to live in California.
So yeah, she's like, you know, what you guys doing? Like watching Shaun of the Dead. She goes in her house. And then they get a here we go, call from Trevor. And why Trevor is calling, I don't like this shit, because for you to be my ex-boyfriend, you call my friends a little too much for me with your cheating ass. So he calls Kirby's phone, and then Jill's on the phone with Olivia. It's weird. Like they be doing too much. Like, why are y'all on the phone with each other?
I love Kirby in this movie, man.
Kirby's amazing. Like Kirby's,
I think she's fucking great.
She's the perfect character. She's like, I don't know. She's not even like an upgrade from Randy. She's just like an original cool ass character. The haircut helps too.
Love the haircut.
Yeah.
Fresh off the Save the Cheerleader, Save the World. She killed it.
But it's Ghostface, and you know he's teasing them, and
if you hang up on me, I'll blah blah blah. Bitch, I would have hung up. Look,
like,
this is the problem. I want them to stop giving that motherfucker the satisfaction.
Yeah,
you're not gonna know where I am. You can call all you want.
Well, he already knows where they are.
But I mean, you're not gonna know which part of the house. I'm not gonna speak back to you. You bitch, you gonna hear. That's all you're gonna hear, because I don't have time for this. I don't have time for it. Like, we've been through this. We've seen the movies. They've all seen the movies. Why are they doing this?
Yeah. So, but yeah, she entertains him way too long, and he's like, you know, I'm in the house, I'm looking at you. They're looking around. He's like, I'm in the closet.
Well, he does tell her that the movie that they're watching. So, like, at this point, like,
Shaun of the Dead.
It's two other people. It's three people know that they're watching Shaun of the Dead. It's Olivia, Jill, and Kirby. One of them three bitches did it. Like, why are we playing these games? Like,
well, because I don't know, because I mean, I didn't know if you could see it from the fucking window. I don't know, because
no, they couldn't see from the window. The TV wasn't even facing the window.
Okay, well, fuck off. I don't know.
Up until this point, back when we first saw this movie, whenever you saw this movie for the very first time, did you were you thinking the deputy was a little suspicious?
Which one? Judy?
Judy, yeah.
Yeah, she was a good red herring.
Well, yeah, especially like
when she came out of the fucking dark. We'll get to we'll get to
10
that
minutes from now.
We'll get to that later. But bitch, I would have shot her. I would have been.
Okay,
I don't give a damn
we talk about that gun shit here.
Right.
We got to talk about that gun shit. Because
who you voting for in November?
Hey, you get so just ready to bust your gun
toting, slanging.
Anytime.
Who has the guns? Is that Yosemite Sam ass?
He was racist as hell.
He was
looking back.
He was so racist. But no, it's just like okay. I wouldn't have shot her. You know when remember when Family Guy, when they had the intruders and Meg comes up, she's like, Dad, what's going on? Is there somebody in the house? Dad, and he slams her with the fucking bat. Cause bitch, where are you coming from? And why are you not alert? Like, you're a cop. You're supposed to be like, hey, what's going on? You're like, hey.
Well, hold on, get to it. You can play it out in a second. So they get the phone call. He says that I'm in the closet. Kirby's like, you know, I call your bluff, bitch. She opens up the closet. He's not there. Like,
why did they do this to them? Why did they do this to them?
How was my voice?
It was terrible. Try it again.
Oh shit. Okay, we call it.
Try it again. People.
I didn't say which closet.
Oh, that was terrible too. Learn to gargle with peanut butter. And so
what the fuck?
Excuse me?
Anywho,
right.
So
what the fuck are you doing over there, man?
I don't know what the gays theys do, but not on this.
If you gargle with peanut butter, that means you have a strong throat. So,
that's what I said. I ain't got that.
Fucking jeez.
I am not a professional.
Woo. Okay, so,
oh man. God damn.
Jay, calm down. Wait, do you have ears?
Sorry.
Look at Homer Simpson over here. Okay. Okay. So why did they do this in scary movies?
I missed the
Why
joke because I was struggling.
I was like, are you Homer Simpson? I didn't know if you had
He
ears.
said, do you have ears?
I have ears.
Oh, okay. So thank you.
What if he didn't? How bad would you?
I would have really like questioned life.
I got ears.
Okay.
Small ears, but
They don't come out. And so when you look
they don't
forward,
stick out.
Yeah, they don't
they
stick
don't have
out.
like
It's
big,
yeah,
flappy
like
ears.
Homer Simpson.
My ears have been the same size since I was a kid.
We're not gonna get on your anatomy. So
something you know nothing about.
I hugged you before. So yeah.
Yeah, I was probably 60 pounds heavier. You don't know nothing about now.
Literally just hugged you last.
Oh,
I
wow.
forgot I saw you last year. I forgot I saw you last year. Forgot.
So why do they call bluffs and you don't have anything to back the bluff up with? Because if she was in the closet, what were y'all gonna do?
I'm
like,
waiting for the movie where somebody says I'm in the closet. Like, okay, I call your bluff. Pow! And they just shoot at the fucking closet. It's like, please, I need it. I need it.
Yeah. So
that'd be great. I didn't say which closet. And then
he pops out of Olivia. He pops out of Olivia's closet, stabs her immediately.
I would have jumped out of the fucking window.
Olivia had no chance. Like, I'm sorry. This was the one kill.
Olivia did have a chance.
No,
Olivia could have jumped out that fucking window.
When he busts out of the closet, he immediately stabs her in the tits. Boom. Like, and then, like, I mean, then it's just like, wait, what's happening? Like, she tries to, he stabs her in the hand when she tries to block the knife. He stabs her in the back. He busts her head out through the glass in her window. Like, it's like, she didn't have a chance. I thought he was going
to chop her fucking head off like a guillotine.
That was a good kill scene.
When he busts her through the window, that's like the most graphic
that's why I was like
series so far.
Yeah, they definitely stepped it up.
He's like slamming her.
It was a little
gratuity.
It was overkill. Like there was blood all on the wall. It looked like fucking Art the Clown had just finished with somebody. It was so much going on. And then it was a lot.
He's like slamming her in death. He's gutting her. And then like, even when Sidney, like, I don't know why the fuck Sidney thought she was going to do something. She runs over, she breaks these people's window trying to get to their daughter.
Again, she does not grab any weapon. What are we doing? Like she used the pot to break through the window to get in the house. Bitch, take the pot with you. Something.
She studied Taibo. That's why she was, and so she gets there. And when I tell you, like, another thing I noticed, if y'all notice with a lot of these deaths, he guts them. Like, so you can see her intestines hanging out when she gets there.
That's what I said, Art the Clown. I don't know if you've seen Terrifier 2.
Oh, I'm not even playing those games.
None of the Terrifiers.
No, I see them because I think they're all on Hulu. I'm not playing with my
way the roof. So let me put it this way. It is very graphic, but it's like 80s horror movie graphic. So it's fake. Like it doesn't look real in one bit. But
squirting
it's
gun,
as
like
fuck.
Squirting blood. Okay.
Yes, but it's graphic as fuck. Like there's like a part where he takes this woman's hands and he grabs both sides and he like breaks it in half. But it looks fake as fuck. And then he pours salt and bleach in the wounds.
Okay, hell no.
That's like just gore. I
said that because the way when Sidney walks in the room and there's blood all over the walls, like the big scene in that movie, the fucking kill scene that lasts like 6 minutes, that's how the room looked. So I'm like, damn, he only had what? He didn't even have that long to kill her. It was so much. I think it was just a little too much for it to be believable. But again, what the fuck are these cops doing outside who are supposed to be on patrol?
Because my thing is, when y'all saw, if y'all were sitting outside and y'all saw Sidney run over, what y'all thought was happening? Like, I don't know. They're terrible cops, first of all, and they need more people guarding them. But yeah, it was a terrible kill scene. And then
this one had the most useless side characters, and I don't mind the useless side characters, but this one was just.
It was more. It was like celebrity porn, honestly.
Yeah,
Adam Brody,
it was like just a big
Anthony Anderson.
Were we watching Surreal Life?
Cameo fest.
So and then like so okay, Sidney sees her. This was nasty because if you notice, Sidney like puts her hand on the wall and slides down, and I was like, ew. And then he like the killer calls, and he's just like, Sidney, teasing her and shit. And then Jill comes in the house, and she's like, Jill, don't look. She's like, she said you were the Grim Reaper. Then the killer comes from behind her. And so he slices Jill, and Sidney kicks him with her Taibo, and then they like fall down the stairs.
She did kick the shit out of him.
Yeah, they fall down. Like, she knows how to fight. We know that clearly. And they fall down the stairs. She turns around, the cops come in, and immediately he's gone out the back door. And I was like,
that part really pissed me off because she kicked the shit out of him,
mm-hmm.
and he flew. And the cops come in, and she's like, "Where is he?" She's like, she walks down the hall. It couldn't have been more than 3 to 4 seconds. There's no way. I wish they would have made that part a little bit more realistic. Like, I wish she would have just ran out the back door,
or at
instead
least
of her
show us what kind of shoes the killer wears. Like, because you don't even hear him moving. Like,
I feel like they all just wear those like black boots or whatever.
I would have heard that walking out.
Loud. They would have like
I would have heard, and then they're on a wood. All these houses have wood paneling, so it's like you don't hear them. Is that?
That sounded like you were gargling peanut butter. Just.
Why is Jay on this podcast? Why
what?
You asked for him.
You wanted me to. I thought I was supposed to engage. I'm okay. All right.
Yeah, engage more. So they come in. The killer's gone, and Jill's just like, "Stay away from me, Sidney. Stay away from me." And then Kirby come in. This is so
and at
unorganized.
That point, why couldn't Sidney just leave? We know she didn't do it. Okay.
You're every time we talk about a scene, y'all raise 150 more questions that I didn't have when I just watched it last night.
Well, that's the point of the Booshakalakapod. We're here to unpack this shit. Bro.
I know, but I expect y'all to solve some shit for me because I need to see who these writers were on this movie.
So down at the hospital, Rebecca's like, "Oh my God, Sidney, can you believe it? Oh my God, money!" Scrooge McDuck. Like, she's just so excited that they're gonna have so many more tours, so much more press runs to go on. And Sydney's
not the time or place.
Did you read my book?
Like literally.
Yeah, I skimmed it. I saw the TikToks of it.
Even when she reads it in the store, you don't hear her saying, "I'm no longer a victim." And here she goes, "Sidney, you're a victim." I'm like, that was insulting in itself. And so she gets fired. And she just immediately leaves. And she goes to the parking lot, and she's just like talking to herself about how she's not really fired. Like, I don't know, publicists are fucking weird. And the killer calls her.
How did the killer get her number? I guess.
Well, the kid, it's fucking Jill. I mean,
out of Sidney's phone.
Well, yeah, she's her press agent or whatever, her agent. So yeah.
And so he's taunting her. She did something I thought was smart, which is kind of like, she's kind of where Tiffany is, but not all the way there, where she's like, "Oh, I'm in the hospital with Sidney."
And then she turns her car alarm on like she's never fucking unlocked her car before in her life.
Yeah.
In order for it to make that sound, you have to hold the button down.
Yeah. No comment. I just realized I skipped fucking Judy scene.
You were so excited about it too.
So basically, when they're in the house, when the police are coming up, everybody's like running, and here comes Judy from the shadows. She's like, "Hey, Sidney, you don't remember me, but we had a bunch of classes together. You didn't notice me, but I always noticed you." I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Creepy.
Like, what the fuck is this?
We were in Peter Pan. You were Tiger Lily, and I was tree number 4.
Like, just fucking weird. I'm like,
from what we know now about this character, that scene just does not make any fucking sense.
Because it was just a red herring.
It's just like, out of character for her.
Yeah, it was very red
entire arc.
But I just didn't like that because I'm like, this is not, like you said, it's not the time or the place. Like, there's a little murder. There's a girl dead in there, and I can see her poop. And it's just like, and you talking about, "Oh yeah, I remember you from high school." Like, girl, get the fuck out of my face. You should have done that. She was better off doing that when she met her at the police station earlier, when she walked in and told her she couldn't go no fucking where. That's the best time to say that. Not when there's a murder, but oh well. So yeah, they're at the parking garage.
I just thought, I'm thinking ahead, but what a waste of a character. Because yeah, she was in high school with Sid. Oh, but she would have also known Sam's mom too. That would have been a cool little.
Again, these writers, I don't know
think that.
What the fuck they be thinking at Dimension Films?
The potential right there.
So she could have told us so much, actually, because even she could have known who Anywho,
They could have, yeah.
Yeah, she could have been in the video store and Randy was going crazy. So she manages to run to her fucking car and get it unlocked, get in the car, but she can't start it. Why can't she start it? Because the killer about to jump on her fucking car and show her the fucking wires that he pulled out of her car.
Yo, bitch, we would have sat in that fucking car and we would have just looked at each other.
I'm sure he could have just.
He can't get in.
He could have stabbed the window out.
Well, yeah, after you see the sheer force of these motherfuckers stabbing through someone's skull, you're right.
Because I'm just saying, if Billy can punch through the window of Casey Baker's house, they be punching through glass all the time. But yeah, so he goes. And
I'm gonna assume that might have been the butt of the knife.
Did he punch through the car and scream too when he was on top of the hood and the little agent was?
Do you know how
driving?
big a damn sunroof is?
No, he didn't.
Okay.
Well, yeah, no, he punched through the side. Remember, because he had to slice his throat. He came up and slit his throat.
But yeah, Mickey is at least 6'3". Timothy Olyphant is a pretty big guy.
Yeah.
We talking about 5'8", Macaulay Culkin brother.
5'8" is generous, baby. I don't think they're that tall. I don't think they're that tall.
Let's look.
I think they're, because remember when they had the Culkins versus the Hemsworths and they were like, who would win?
Absolutely not. Why the fuck would I know what that is?
I never. Where was this? When
y'all
did this
don't be on
happen?
Twitter. Y'all do not be on Twitter. No, I'm sorry. It wasn't the Hemsworths. It was the Skarsgårds. It was like the who would
even
win
taller
in a fight.
People.
Right.
He is. Wait a fucking minute. Wait, I'm looking up Jill Roberts like that's her name. Her name is Emma Roberts.
Oh shit! A nepo baby.
Emma Roberts is 5'2". Kieran Culkin is 5'6". Get the fuck out of here.
He's just so pretty.
He's my height.
Mm-hmm. He's so pretty. But yeah, the okay, well then now the killer, because the killer is tall. Anyway, so
it's the person that they use for Rebecca Gayheart's character in Urban Legend.
Fuck you. So she decides she's gonna make a run for it. She can see the door from here, so she's like, I can run in these 6-inch heels to that door before he finds me. So what the fuck Jay got going on?
I would have just stayed in the car.
What the fuck Jay
doing?
got going on over there? He just took us to a brand new world. Did you get out? You get out the house, Dorothy?
Just my camera. I was just trying to. That's it.
Okay. Looked like you were in a cyclone, and so she just
body like a cyclone.
I knew it.
Makes me wanna do it all night long.
So that was my heyday in college. I was out.
This happened in Pearl too.
I was a grown woman.
You're like 2 years older than me. You were in college too, probably. Or
she likes to pretend.
I don't know when that song came out.
06, 07, something like that.
I'm tired of her pretending she's a hag. So this pissed me off because this happened in Pearl too. Why y'all be keeping these heels on when y'all know y'all need to sprint?
The heel is becoming my weapon. I am turning into fucking single white female. I'm about to bust some eyes out. What are we doing? No,
she just gets out of her car, runs to the door, and then the latch breaks. I was like, oh, now that's just some bullshit. That's just some God don't love you no more. Like that's just. And so the killer comes running up and just stabs her in the stomach. But she dies. I never understand what kills you in these movies, because like he stabs her the same place a lot of people get stabbed and she just dies instantly.
Well, you always hear if it would have been a millimeter to the left she would have died. I guess hers was a millimeter to the left. Okay,
so they're doing I don't know a press conference outside of the hospital.
Yeah,
and right. Who the fuck is in the hospital for them to be doing the press? Oh,
Jill and Sidney.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jill, little slash. Okay.
But also, they would have brought the body of Olivia to the morgue at the hospital. That's the only thing I can think of. They have to let them know that another person died. And Gail's trying to be a reporter again because she's had fucking writer's block this entire time. Which Dewey does explain that when he's talking to Sidney. He's like, they're living in a small town, small people. There's less to write about. She's not getting inspiration. But you're still in California. I don't know. It's just odd. So, Gail's trying to be a reporter. He ignoring the fuck out of her.
We had this conversation.
I am not about to shame women. I just have a question.
Here we go.
Courtney
Grayscale
Cox,
podcast.
Scream 4. She started to have that, that slur that, when Princess what's her she rest in peace. Carrie Fisher.
Yeah.
She kind of started to have that little just a little slight speech impediment.
I think that's from lip filler.
Yeah, that's from the lip
so
filler.
I'm seeing that in Courtney in this one. Did y'all peep? Did she seem just a little different since the last time we seen her?
Well, honestly, rewatching this, I thought all of them looked younger. Like I was like, oh, Sidney looks good. Like, Gail looks good. But I'm also remembering that the last time I saw Gail and Sidney was Scream, what, 6? Yeah. So like I'm now I
or
know
Scream
what Gail
5
looks,
for Sidney.
Yeah, I know what Gail looks like when she has aged. So it's just different. Like I was like, oh, she did look good, but the good is in retrospect to the future. So
it seemed like a pretty big jump from how many years has it been since 3?
15.
God damn.
That's why I was like,
and then 5 came out another.
No.
10?
3 was 10.
10. Okay. She just seemed a little off,
Yeah.
Well,
Scream 5 came out. Yeah, Scream 5 came out 11 years after this one.
See, they took some crazy breaks.
The gaps are insane. So
that's enough time for her to get married and have kids.
Yeah.
It's not being sensitive.
So
no, because you asked before, was she married to Kincaid? That's what I meant.
Oh, you mean Sidney? I thought.
Yes.
I'm still on Gail. My bad.
No. I'm talking about Sidney. Yeah. Sidney's character.
Oh yeah, she should have been married. Had the kids should be like damn near in their 20s by now.
Yeah.
If they did it. Right away.
Yeah. If they just listen, pay attention.
No,
to fucking
why?
Writing.
If she got married after 2011, she would just be having the kids then.
But she had already had them. She
had
them in 6. She had the kids in 6.
Right. No, I'm talking back to when he mentioned. Did she mention being married in this?
Yeah, like is she currently
So I'm
married?
thinking it probably happened right after this. Like life is too short. Look, I ain't got no mama, I ain't got no auntie, I ain't got no cousin. Let's do this.
This book's not getting it's not going anywhere.
Look, I'm fucking done. Let's go.
Okay. Did y'all talk about like how Sidney is just clearly just does not know what she wants to do with her life? She went from, before this, she was like on a hotline of some sort in Scream 3.
That was for isolation. That was for survival.
Well, the first time she wanted to be an actor. Remember?
Oh yeah, she was a thespian.
She wanted to go to Broadway.
She went from thespian to hotline call to book journal author. To
trad wife.
To what wife?
Trad wife.
What's a trad wife?
A traditional wife, stay-at-home mom.
Okay.
Is what I'm gonna assume she's doing now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because she damn sure didn't say she had to take off of work in Scream 5. So.
Yeah, she just left her kids. She's like, oh fuck, Dewey's dead.
She left them at the pier. You remember she was running, and then she got the phone call. She said, "Fuck," and she just left the kids right there.
So, yeah. I don't.
Rebecca gets stabbed, and then, like you said, they're having the press conference, and then Ghostface tells Sidney or whoever, "This is a warning," and throws her fucking body off, and she falls on top of the van. That was the worst CGI in this entire movie. That looked so bad.
I thought no, baby. I think that was a doll. Because the way her legs were rubber. Like if you watch when she hits it and her legs turn into rubber.
What's the name of the doll that was in The Faculty? I know you know.
Resuscitation.
Andy.
I hate you so much.
So good.
I hate you so much. But yeah,
that was her. It's her. Yeah. I heard her voice.
It gets very but yeah, the killer just be doing gruesome shit because there was no reason to do that.
No. So Gail's like, okay, I'm gonna get the help of these 2 high school idiots, Charlie and Robbie, because they're filming everything. Look, I gotta be in the know. And they have the classroom scene where everybody talks about horror movies.
Yeah, but hold up. This was very contrast because I was just, if your assistant had just got killed and you had witnessed, it just seemed very odd that her and Gail were in this classroom the next day. I'm like, you ain't gonna. I don't know. I guess maybe she's numb to it.
They weren't there. They were.
I know, but are
20
you
feet
numb to
below.
it? Do you, like, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like these people are
You
dead,
are.
and you're just like
At this point, if it's, I mean, yes, you're just numb to it. You are
okay.
literally just numb to it. So
So
they go
basically,
in.
this is
They're
more
in
for
the
the
classroom.
audience. Let's be very clear. This is more for the
Yeah,
audience
for
to
sure,
catch
for
up
sure.
on, new movie tropes, where we are now.
Yeah.
Cause it's like,
Yeah.
even though like we are seeing this as Gail and Sydney, like this new generation shit. Cause that's when they're introducing filming the murders. They talk about like, anybody can get it unless you're gay, apparently. Which I think it too destroyed that.
It was too. That was too early. That was that wasn't a thing till later.
But my thing is, they weren't. This is before marriage equality. So I'm like,
Was it?
yeah,
There was marriage equality in 2010.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Obama became president in 08.
That was
09.
legit. That was around.
That was the first time. I could have Googled when there was I'm talking about throughout the whole U.S. That was not that early.
Yeah, I think it was like Ellen or something. I don't know.
Fucking
But
Ellen.
Nationwide was Nationwide was 2015.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm not
Okay.
talking about when you could just go to California and New York. No, like nationwide.
Okay.
So
Okay.
But guess what?
I'm
They
like,
live in California.
Oh,
so
got him.
But I feel like we've seen gay people die before that. Maybe not.
No.
Now I'm thinking about gay characters.
Well, I'm thinking about
We've
movies
seen-
now,
yeah.
and a lot of gay characters are not dying.
I mean, there was It too. Remember that whole beginning scene
Was
they were
weird.
getting. And then when they just threw the gay people off the balcony, off the fucking bridge. And then the gay people died in the Halloween movie.
Okay, maybe never mind. So, anywho, yeah, they talk about remakes and like, oh, we're in a remake. Okay, we're not in a sequel. We're not in a trilogy. Blah blah blah. We're in a remake.
Did they say remake or reboot though?
One of them, a boot make. One of them, and they all talk about how they're gonna go to the Stabathon.
Yeah.
So the Stabathon has got to start at 9 p.m. and end at, I don't know, 2 the next day, because you watching 7 fucking movies, at least an hour and 30 minutes each. Like, this is fun. It's gonna take forever.
I know that's it. But I do like that they have their own tradition, but it just seems
insensitive.
Yeah. Okay, that's the word. I was gonna say insensitive, but I was also gonna say it just seems like, because these, like, again, Dewey is the sheriff. You're not that far removed from it. Like, Dewey was what he said, 25 and a half years old. Yeah, that's this many. So he was like, he was 25 and a half when it started.
When I'm cleaning up my room.
But we've seen this in like other IPs, TV and film, where fast forward in time, the town kind of like leans into the lore of just whatever mass murdering took place.
Yeah, but they don't do that in Tiffany. Did they do that in Chucky? Like, they don't talk about Chucky, do they? In Jersey, where the fuck is he from? Hackensack. They don't talk about him.
So they do in the TV show, but it's not like this.
Yeah,
and I
feel
think even during the first trilogy, it was even like they made Andy's mom out to be like, this really didn't fucking happen. Even though there were witnesses to this goddamn doll, it was still like almost
because
urban legend.
The cops didn't back her.
Yeah, because like I always say,
which is why I keep saying stop killing him.
That's why I say we're gonna talk about that. In Child's Play 2, that's why he was in foster care, because they took him from his mom. That's how crazy she thought she was. They thought she was.
I think a good example would probably be like Haddonfield and like the Halloween stuff. Where
do they talk about Michael?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like it was like legit. They're like, hey, we kind of come together at this bar and reminisce about.
Yeah, but they weren't watching the movies and cheering.
They weren't. Were there movies though?
Yeah, I don't think. Well, this is the only one where they actually made movies about the shit.
Yeah, Scream's so disrespectful.
Yeah,
because like what the fuck. So yeah,
you're
right.
Know. It's so disrespectful. But before they get to the Stabathon, like they're getting ready, they're going on their way. We're back at the house, and Jill is like, "Yeah, my mom said I can't go. I got to go sit in my cell. Room. I'm so funny, huh, Sydney?" And Sydney's like, "Yeah, okay, yeah. Sucks that you want to, your mom wants to fucking keep you alive, but okay." Whatever, Jill. And Jill asked her questions about how she deals with all eyes on her and all of the fame. And like you said, Sydney does not even think about that shit. She's just like, well, I'm just telling my story, just trying to warn people how to, like you said, not be a victim. And Jill's like, I didn't like that answer. I'm going to bed. And she left and goes upstairs. Like, that's the energy that she gave her. Like, that's not what I expected this bitch to say. I'm out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Then Kirby's going to the Stabathon out in a barn. Like, you do not do that in Northern California. There are snakes every fucking where. Like, what are we doing? I saw a snake the other day walking the trail with my dog.
I saw.
What are we doing?
And you didn't kill it.
I mean, if it had attacked her, I would have.
But my thing is, I don't know. It just doesn't even seem. They didn't even have no good. I didn't see no.
Did you say gun?
I was about to say I didn't see no meatballs. They didn't have any good snacks.
Wait, did they have any snacks?
Maybe they had popcorn. I saw they were drinking.
They had like some bobbing for apples type shit.
Did you see that? Like when they asked white people, like, "Hey, if you go to a party, do you expect there to be food?" And they're all like, "No." And then they asked the black people, like, "Hell yeah, there's supposed to be food at a party."
Because then you're just drinking on an empty stomach. Like
that's why people be getting fucked up. Like,
yeah, I'm like, but I'm not. My thing is, okay, like you said, this is about to be a long ass thing, and I'm sure most people have cut out before probably the time travel one.
You coming in there with a 2-piece of the biscuit, huh?
Because my thing is, I'm not sitting there for hours and not eating. Are y'all fucking crazy? I don't even like y'all like that. And then we're not even sitting in comfy chairs. We got fucking hay around us. I know it stinks. Like, come on, make it fun.
It smell like the barn and X.
Yeah, and then they also try to make these two kids seem like the nerds, but they got all these people coming to this fucking party. They're that popular. And also, they got the wrong... Charlie is not...
Well, nerds were cool in 2010, though.
First of all, nerds do not look like Charlie. If nerds look like Charlie, I would have been fucking toaster strudel. But my thing is,
I don't know what you're seeing. I don't know. I guess he just looks really, really... I don't know. Not that good to me.
I don't know how to even participate in this part of the show, but...
Did you just freeze?
No.
Is he frozen?
No, he's still there.
I'm still here.
Oh, you did.
Oh,
you did.
Oh, shit.
That was kind of scary. That was fucking scary.
Talk about screens. Shit.
It's not me.
What kind of internet you got? You need to bump it up. Bump up to the next level.
Verizon Fios.
Oh, we did talk about that last time. You need to throw that in the trash.
I thought last episode went pretty good. Listen, my setup it's a work in progress. Back to the show.
Understandable, but we're an established podcast and we passed our work in progress. You coming in here fucking the damn thing up.
Damn.
Okay. Damn, that hurts.
Oh god.
Got it. Oh shit.
Yeah, like they don't look for them to be nerds and then have all these people come to their party. It just seems very odd. But again, like I said, Charlie does not look like a nerd. Charlie is way too pretty. And so they're all there, and then they're watching movies, and Gail shows up, and she's like, she got these big ass cameras, these fucking Best Buy
pocketbook. She got a pocketbook.
Like, it pissed me off because
why she come in there like, yeah,
right? And then she throws a screen mask on, trying to like everybody like, because they already thought she was a student. They're like, hey girl, she's like, hey. Then she thumbs up, like,
well, no. So she actually starts putting the cameras in before they go up and start their speech about the Stabathon. So. My big issue with that is she puts that one camera up. Nobody saw her do that.
Mm-hmm.
But then she goes behind the screen and puts a camera behind the screen, drawing attention to her dumb ass. Puts the camera that looks like this goddamn microphone is this damn big behind the screen. And then she goes and puts it in 2 different other places and takes off the mask while she finishes putting them in those places. Why did she take the mask off before she finished putting all the the cameras?
Because they thought the audience was too stupid to realize it was her. And then my thing is, you can tell, and see, this is what I be talking about. Like, they really were showcasing this age gap. Because cameras are smaller than that these days, ma'am. Where the fuck did you get these cameras from? Did you take these from your house? At 313 Woodsboro Lane? Because like the camera that was recording her was small and tiny. And I'm like, why did you get these bulky ass cameras? So she goes back outside to her car and she's looking at the footage. And she did this in Scream too. But she's looking at the footage, and then you see her cameras get covered over or tossed aside.
Again, they should have only found 3 of those cameras, not that first one, because Charlie. When you know who the killers are, Charlie and what's the other guy's name?
Robbie.
What the fuck is wrong?
I was gonna say Rookie. Rookie was gonna come out, and you're gonna be like, "What the fuck?" But Robbie.
Rookie of the Year, Funky Butt Lovin'. So yeah, they would not have found that first fucking camera. I don't care what anybody says. One should have still been in action.
Well, we don't know when the other killer left the house, because Sidney at the house playing with wind chimes and shit. So we don't know. We don't know when the killer left the house, but they're there and they started the first stab. Maybe this is just me. I want to watch the stab movies because when they are watching this, I just want to see how bad it is or how not bad it is. Because remember, the last time we saw this movie was Scream 2, and I really want to
just go watch Scary Movie.
I really want to see I don't know, I don't know. I want to see it. It just seemed like they put a lot into the fake production.
Spelling as
yes, I want to. Because they put a lot into it, so I want to see how much. I don't know, but anyway, they're in there watching raggedy ass movies and cheering and shit. Which I hate movies when they just end up there and they acting like Scream too, like throwing popcorn and shit during the movie. And Gail sees her.
Have you guys ever attended a movie where people act like that?
No,
never.
And I've been to some. Mind you, I've been
to some opening nights.
Yeah, I go to opening night. Like every Marvel movie, I go to the opening night, and though it's packed, and there's laughter and cheering, when there needs to be, but nobody throws shit.
Well, no. I meant so that's different. For opening night, obviously these people haven't seen the movie, or if they have, it's only their second time. I'm talking about a movie that's been released for years.
Oh, you mean if they did Ghostbusters 30th anniversary or something?
Yeah, who's gonna be in there screaming at the screen?
The kids from Ghostbusters Town.
What? Oh my god, I tried to watch the new Ghostbusters. I don't know whatever the fuck it is that was on Netflix. Frozen Empire.
Oh, it's not good.
Yeah,
I turned that shit off when I saw
Kid
Ghostbusters. When I saw Kid Ghostbusters, I turned that bitch.
They were Kid Ghostbusters in the last one.
Yeah, I ain't see it.
I've never seen any of them, so I'm not gonna hold y'all.
Okay.
So Gail sees that her shit is getting turned over, so she's like, "What the fuck?" She doesn't think. I guess she thinks the kid's doing it. I don't know why she wouldn't think the killer's doing it. So she goes back in there and starts moving them, and then she realizes she's getting recorded. In the meantime, Dewey calls her ass, and he's like, "What the fuck you doing?" And she's like, "I'm over here, and because you wouldn't fucking help me, let me help." So now Dewey's on his way. Did you see the U-turn that he did in this fucking movie?
I don't recall.
When he was driving and he did that U-turn on the highway, I was like, "Oh wow." So he's
like you said, ain't nobody there.
So she lets him know where she is. That's the smartest thing anybody has done in the movie. Is let people know where you are. And so she lets him know where the Stabathon is, and he goes out there. And then Sydney's back at the house. And how did they do this? Anywho, so
exactly. When did the other killer get there? They did it.
How did they? Because look, hold up.
Exactly.
So exactly. I don't know how close the Stabathon is to the house, but baby, it seemed far because it seemed like Dewey had to drive a long time to get there. So I guess which scene do you want me to do first?
She goes back in and basically Ghostface. Yeah.
Ghostface comes after her. She it's like a mini chase scene. She throws hay on him, and then she falls, and I don't know what she was trying to do.
Take that.
I don't know what she was trying to do.
She thought it was like dirt and fucking what was that Jean-Claude Van Damme Bloodsport?
And he Dewey shows up and because he shows up to her car. He finds her car out of all the cars there, and he can see the footage of her of the killer stalking her because of her camera. And he's like, Gail. Again, this has happened before. And he runs inside and he shoots, and the killer then stabs her in the shoulder, and then she kicks him off, and then runs off on the hay, and then they carry her off to the hospital.
If you have been in a situation like this, I don't know how many times, why do they not have one weapon on them? I need our main characters to be just a little bit smarter.
She has hay.
A taser. She has hay.
Maybe because
is it dipped in fucking snake poison? No, it's not gonna do anything.
My thing is, maybe 10 years removed, maybe you just kind of lose your fight or
flight.
flight.
No, after you found out people started dying. Come on, you don't lose that. I
mean, Dewey the only one with a weapon is because he's issued one. So
but she could have had a taser.
They don't want to live. I mean, well, by the 6th movie, she has what you want. guns behind portraits and shit. But so yeah, she gets stabbed. She's taken off that hospital. In the meantime, Sydney is back at the Roberts residence, and again, those fucking wind chimes. So she gets all spooked and freaked out. Oh, I'm so sorry. The cops.
Haas and Perkins.
So they're down there again talking about movie tropes and how the cops always die in movies, especially if something, you know, the typical tropes like, oh, he's about to retire. Oh, he has a kid on the way. Oh, that thing. And so they go and Haas goes on patrol. And, you know, he's just patrolling like the surrounding areas. He sees that Jill's window is open. He's like, hey, was this window open over the radio? And nothing's back. So he goes and he's like, Perkins. And he's like, his head's on the
steering wheel.
Thank you. And he like, scares him. He's like, oh, you motherfucker. So then, you know, the killer comes, stabs him in the back, kills him instantly.
Now that kill, I'll allow.
Why?
I'll allow that. Because he's standing in Perkins, you know.
I thought you meant how quickly he died.
He gets stabbed in the back. No. I'm saying that attack I'll allow. But the one after that, I'm never allowing.
And then he falls and then he stabs Anthony in the head. Oh.
Right here.
That was so
right here. Right here. Through the skull.
That hurt. Like that hurt.
It would have made so much more sense if she would have stabbed like through the ear, like they do on every fucking episode of The Walking Dead. You know, something. But
that shit looked like it hurt. And then, but you know, he gets out the car, he tries to swing, fuck Bruce Willis. Yeah, he's there. The cops are dead.
Are you yawning?
So
he should have taken a nap like I did.
I did not take a nap today.
Yeah, let it drip. And so, back in the house, Maureen comes to the door because this bitch done went grocery shopping.
Kate.
I'm sorry. Look, I said Maureen. Kate.
She back from the dead.
Kate went grocery shopping. She talking about, oh yeah, you know, stress purge. This bitch done bought some fucking honey nut Cheerios, and some crackers. I'm like, what the fuck? Who goes grocery shopping at night like this? Like, what the hell?
She's a ingredient mom.
I hate her. So she's like, I got another bag in the car. And so the phone rings and it's the killer. And he's taunting Sydney, blah, blah, blah. And so we already knew Jill wasn't there. She's like, Jill, you gonna get that? That girl would have answered that phone. And so the killer's taunting her and Sydney hangs up. She's like, oh, the killer's here. We gotta go. And,
no, the killer said, turn on the news.
Oh, yeah.
Turn on the news, you bitch, or I'll kill your entire family. Is that better?
Yes. We knew
that was pretty good, actually.
We knew that Gail got stabbed. And so Sydney runs upstairs and she sees that Jill is not there. She looks on her computer and she like iMessaged.
They were not iMessaging. Maybe AIM or some shit. Yeah.
But why? When y'all have cell phones? Why?
Because remember, Jill couldn't find her phone.
So she was like, hey, Kirby, come pick me up. My mom's driving me crazy. Your mom wasn't there. She went grocery shopping. So Sydney don't put two and two together, but she goes downstairs and she's like, Jill's gone. The killer's calling. We got to go. And this is what that pisses me off about Kate. She's like, oh, the cops aren't there. Yeah, they were there when I was there, but then they weren't there when I came out. And I'm like, so you ain't think nothing was suspicious, you dumb bitch. So they go
I'm to believe Jill picked up Anthony Anderson. Oh, well, Anthony Anderson was in the car. I'm to believe she picked up Adrian Brody.
Yeah. Have you seen Adrian Brody without his shirt on? Anywho, so they go to, I don't know, I thought you watched the OC. So they go to head out.
No, I'm not white like you.
Jay, you're not gonna defend me?
I watched the first season of the OC. I didn't think it was exclusively.
Thank you.
Racial, whatever.
Well, that's because that's who he looks like. He looks like Mac Wilds. From the 90210 reboot. That's exactly who he looks like.
Wire?
Like we own
No, the
yes,
he is from the Wire.
Know that. He wouldn't know that. You know.
Oh, maybe Tiffany might be honest.
He's a Tommy Hilfiger, not FUBU.
Fuck you.
You've seen The Wire.
No, I haven't. I was gonna watch it, but I didn't want to watch Michael B. Jordan before his veneers. So okay. I wasn't gonna watch.
That's hate. That's fucking.
He dies in like the 3rd or 4th episode. You're okay.
Yeah, of the first season. Yeah, that was like pivotal.
He's out of there.
Why did y'all tell me that? No, I definitely don't want to watch it.
Baby, he snitches.
But no, I didn't, because I've seen pictures of his teeth before. Baby, no. So no, I didn't want to watch it.
You should have. He was bullied like in real life in high school. Michael B. Jordan.
That's what he said, but
Very sensitive.
he's an Aquarius. I have nothing for him.
You need
Anyway,
to watch The Wire.
You can skip season 2.
No,
I like season 2 actually. This was the season I was just like, I don't know nothing about like, white drug side. I don't know.
I'm still sad about the last season with the little boys.
Oh, season 4.
Jesus.
I was
y'all haven't watched Mr. Robot, have you?
I was
I watched Mr. Robot.
Was that not the best fucking
I didn't watch
show in the world? Come on now. Was that not the
criminally
best?
underrated? I will say that.
No.
It's not my top 5, but it's up there.
Like
it's up there.
Did he get an Emmy for that? There's no way. I was like,
I think the writer did, Sam Esmail or whatever.
Because when you get to the ending and you realize what happened to him, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, that was pretty fucking graphic.
God. But anyway, so they try to go out the door. They see the wind chimes, the killer right there, baby. So they, again, if you can throw shit through, because their doors are not exactly, those glass doors aren't exactly durable. So I was very surprised that the killer didn't just come in the fucking house. But they lock the door. They try to go out the front door, and there's the killer again. And then
how'd the killer get around there that fast? That's crazy.
It was just a side door. It wasn't the back door. It's just a side.
All right, whatever.
And they had to run.
Okay, so they slammed the killer's arm in the door.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever slammed your arm? Bitch, I'm down for the count when I stub my toe. Like, this is not realistic. Like, let's keep it real. I dropped something on my foot the other day and thought I was dead. I thought I was going to lose my foot.
She's like, Sidney tells Kate to press the door from the bottom. So she slides down. She like gets leverage and like, so they close the door on the killer and then they lock it. And she's like, all right, let's go. And then you hear click. And so the killer, I didn't know they still had these the mail door things for the mailman. I didn't know they still had those.
Puppy joint.
Yeah, I didn't know they had those. And so the killer stabs her.
Puppies? What are you talking about? It's not a doggy door.
It's down there.
Him downstairs. So yeah, that
him
was just
down.
Really weird. Yeah, that was really weird that she just.
What does that? No. What does that mean?
I'm peeing on myself. You don't remember that?
Him downstairs.
Kings of Comedy.
That was Kevin Hart.
Oh, definitely don't remember it. I don't watch any of that shit. That is
not Kevin Hart, baby. That is.
Wait, oh, it was Bernie Mac.
Yeah, Bernie Mac, the original Kings of Comedy. Don't you ever disrespect Bernie Mac like that.
Sorry.
But yeah, I can't believe you said that. So Kate dies, and she's just like, tell Jill I'm sorry, and I'm like, that's a weird thing to say. That your last words. And I forgot what.
So Sydney goes running and she gets to the back door. She's trying to run out the back door. And boop, there's Deputy Judy again.
Oh,
she's like,
yeah.
What's going on? And,
yeah.
And Sydney says, whose blood is that? She's like, oh, it's Kate's. We were attacked. Show me. And they go in and she's like, stay there. And then she goes and checks her pulse and she says, where are Haas and Perkins? And then they call Dewey, and Dewey tells them that Haas and Perkins were killed as well. So damn it, everybody did. So Judy's like, "Hey, Sydney, we're gonna," and Sydney's fucking gone.
Yeah,
Sydney escaped.
Mm-hmm. So we get to the climax. So, and I don't know where everybody is at this point. It's just very odd. So they're at Kirby's house. Everybody left the Stabathon because of the shooting and Gail getting stabbed. But then they all went back to Kirby's house because they're gonna finish the Stabathon there. And
who can?
Like, I'm not dedicated to the Stabathon at this point.
No, I love horror movies.
Yeah.
But if I'm feeling uncomfortable and somebody has died, bitch, I'm about to watch The Little Mermaid. I'm not finna do this. Like, it doesn't take over my entire life. I enjoy them, yes.
Well, I'm just gonna go home.
Okay.
That too. This is to the extreme. Like, I want to be with my fucking family at this point.
Right.
This is when things start making sense. So they're at the house.
100%.
So it's Robbie, Charlie, Kirby, and Jill. And then boom, Trevor pops up. And Trevor's like, you invited me, Jill. You texted me. And she's like, what? No, my phone's right here. Wait, I think my phone's in your car, Kirby. And then she runs to Kirby's car to get her phone to prove that she didn't text Trevor to come over. So Jill did have her fucking phone. So when is she losing this phone?
She just keeps telling people she doesn't have it, obviously, because she's a fucking killer.
I'm just like, what the fuck is happening? And then Charlie and Kirby, they're flirting throughout the whole movie. I don't understand why she didn't fuck him already. But Stop.
Well, she was still playing the whole like, you're a fucking nerd. You'll never get this. Up until that point.
These rich assholes are not fucking nerds.
Yo, who decorated that fucking ugly ass house? Why were those walls red like that? That was fucking disgusting.
Her parents.
That was disgusting. That was disgusting.
So they're like, they just turn Stab on and they're like, I don't know, it's weird because like Robbie's getting drunk. I don't know why he's getting, because they think they're gonna get in trouble for hosting the Stab. I'm like, Robbie, get the fuck out of my face.
Because no, they think they're gonna get in trouble because at their event, the sheriff's wife got stabbed.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with me. Like the bitch shouldn't have been there. She wasn't invited. They literally did not invite her purposely. So too much shit is going on. Trevor's in there with Charlie and Kirby. And then Robbie goes outside, he's drinking and shit. And he's like, he's live streaming. He's like, oh, Charlie's gonna lose his virginity tonight.
Who was he gonna lose his virginity to?
Kirby. Because remember, they were in the house, they were like flirting.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you meant that. Okay, I thought he was talking about himself. I thought Robbie was gonna lose his virginity. I'm like, who the fuck is he gonna lose his virginity to?
Not a damn thing.
The couch.
So, JD Vance. So, so they're flirting. They almost kiss. Trevor pops up again because he went looking for Jill. But then he's like, "Oh, did I interrupt?" Fucking Trevor's character was pissing me off throughout this whole movie because I just couldn't understand what his deal was. Like he was in places doing things, but he just didn't have a big enough role for us to care about him. Like he was
I feel like we should have saw a scene with him being questioned for Ginny and Marnie's death as well because
since he was diddled hurt. Yeah.
Correct.
He was just there in places like he was at the Stabathon flirting with two girls, but he was just never there consistently. Like, so I for him, that's how I knew his red herring was bullshit because it was like,
yeah, because Jill kept inviting him to these places.
Yeah, we saw him less than we saw Billy. We saw him less than we saw Randy. Like he just wasn't around. Mm-hmm. And so yeah, because he interrupts the kiss between Kirby and Charlie walks off. He's pissed. He's like, fuck it, you interrupted.
What a loser. Charlie ain't got no games. I'm like, bitch, gone. Like, what are you doing? Or it would have been like, hey, Kirby, come with me. That's why I knew it wasn't real.
He's a high school kid. He's playing fake shy, I guess.
He ain't got no, what do they say? He ain't got no riz.
And he's so fucking pretty. I don't understand. But, okay, stop.
I don't think he's ugly whatsoever, but you are making him out to be like a lot.
This entire episode.
And I just don't see it, Bookie.
I don't know how to describe it. He has like, I don't know, like bone structure, long hair, pretty blue eyes. I don't know what you want from me.
Okay, I guess, you know what? A preference
is a
preference.
Google him, and everyone's going to say he's the prettiest Culkin brother.
A preference is a preference. We'll
Anywho, he's, okay.
Enjoy your preference.
That's not my preference. He's not black. So
well, you could have fucking fooled me.
Do you think Nicki Minaj is beautiful?
Yeah, she's pretty.
Okay, do you want to fuck with Nicki Minaj though?
No.
Okay, thank you.
I don't know if I want to answer that on a live broadcast.
Well, you're a Leo. We know you'll fuck anything. So anyway, there.
Yikes.
So they're just there, and I don't know. I don't really understand this series of events. So Robbie's walking outside, and he gets killed, like just randomly. Like the killer just pops up and just kills him, and he's just like, "Wait, no, I'm gay," and the killer kills him anyway. Then
Sidney pops up.
Okay, so the door. Okay, so Jill comes downstairs. I thought she was going to the car, but she comes from downstairs. She's like, I couldn't find she's like, I checked my phone and I did not send him that text. And she's like, where's Trevor? And she's like, Trevor went upstairs looking for you. And then the door knocks. It's Sidney. And Sidney's like, Jill, we gotta get the fuck up out of here. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry. And she's like, no, Jill, we gotta fucking go. And then here come Robbie. And he like, he like, run. And then the killer comes up. And baby, it's like they didn't have time to close the door because the killer just busts up in there. So Jill and Sidney run upstairs. I don't know where the fuck Kirby went. and they lock Kirby's door. And then like she like, Jill, get on the bed. Give me your phone. Get under the bed. So she calls Dewey and tells Dewey like, come over to Kirby's house. The killer's here. And then all hands on deck. All the police are heading over there. Again, how far does Kirby stay from where they are? Because they're at Jill's house, right? So how far do they stay away from each other?
And then he would have had to have left
he must have been in the
Kirby to
hospital.
go kill his boy. Because Jill is with Sidney. Like in sight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not rolling. This is what I don't.
This is clearly we have to start naming him at this point. This is Charlie at this point.
Well, yeah. So Jill supposedly is hiding under the bed.
Yeah,
and
when we see her under the bed, and then Charlie chases Sidney on the roof. She's trying to pretend that Jill got away. And like he chases her, and then he like clotheslines her. She falls off the roof. All this kind of shit. But again, Dewey's on his. They should be on their way by now. Think about where we are in this scene. So then. So Jill, so Sidney goes and she I guess gets back downstairs, and then she meets Kirby again, and they're like, oh my God, like what do we do? Da, da, da. And so they're like downstairs in the basement, and then that's when Charlie pops up and he's like, oh, it's me, I have blood, but hey, no, it's not. I found Robbie, and she won't let him in, and then the killer comes and gets him. But what
was that? Please, what was the whole power cutting out thing? You can see in the dark, you know that, right? The sun, the moon illuminates, and we can see. What the fuck was that? Power cut out. I thought it was just because it was like a commercial break, because for some reason Max has commercials now. But what was that?
I think it was.
I need you to say something. Okay.
I'm trying. I was talking. I think they were doing it just to like make it a little bit more suspenseful. Phone lines out, power's out. Ooh, can't turn on the light. I might just pop out of nowhere.
You don't need
that was
power.
a typical horror movie trope.
But it was stupid. And then they end up,
when
the light comes back on, Charlie's now tied up looking like
they did
big
that
and black and he'll whip your ass. What was his name? What was the
Prince.
Casey's boyfriend's name?
This is a callback to Scream 1.
Stephen Orff.
Stephen. Okay, so she's like,
I thought
Steven.
you were gonna. I said Prince, like Scream.
And wait, why did you just run off and get fucking grapes or something? What are you doing?
Funyuns.
Yuck. You're disgusting. Fucking despicable.
Palate cleanser.
You need one. So, yeah, from all that peanut butter. So the power cuts out, like they cut it, it cuts back on, and Charlie's
peanut
tied
butter
up.
And toasted strudel.
And Funyuns.
Jay.
So Charlie is tied up. Well, he's duct taped to a chair, and his mouth is taped, and he's like, get me out of here. And the phone rings. So, Kirby answers the phone, and he's like, it's time for trivia. And she's like, oh my God. Like, I'm hanging up the phone.
At this point.
I'm hanging up the phone. I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
So
she's like, don't open that door.
Jill. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And get a knife. She does get a knife.
Yeah, Sidney leaves to go find Jill. Like, it's time for trivia. Like, the last question is, what was the name of the remake? And then Kirby names 85 fucking remakes without him even finishing the question. You got it wrong, bitch. Because you didn't even let him finish the question.
That was... Okay. I understand how you feel about it, but that was a great scene. Like, trailer, like, think about the Scream 4 trailer. That was a great scene because I was like, I wouldn't have been able to remember all that shit.
Dawn of Dead, the fog, the mist, Child's Play 4, I don't know. Yeah, like, she's just going on and on.
It was very intense because she's trying to save his life. She loves Charlie.
But she didn't let she let him finish every question except for that one. So she names all of these movies. The killer doesn't say anything. She's like, it's one of those, right?
Yeah, they're all remakes.
It's one of those, right? It's one of those. She's like, I did it. So she goes outside and she starts to untape Charlie. She gets him untaped.
Hold on.
There was no knife in sight. I watched that scene 4 times. Fucking knife was like 18 inches that he had in his hand.
Hold on.
There was no knife.
Hold on. And they're using different knives as the killers. They're not using hunting knives. Those knives are huge. But
I don't know
also,
what fuck that was. That was a fucking.
My question is,
That was a
so
big-ass fucking
like
knife.
you two have stated this whole episode, they've seen these movies. What makes you think because you answer these questions right, he's gonna let you live? Like, what makes you think these killers have honor to where it's like, well, they got all the questions right, I'll let them like.
Well, I guess they haven't reached
Yeah.
that point because they've all fucked up on an answer.
This scene would have made a good first kill scene for a Scream movie. But as like a climactic, we're like, nearing the ending, it just doesn't land. Nothing
Yeah,
about
I
it
agree.
lands.
I agree. I
It's
mean,
too
she
much.
did great.
She did
yeah.
great.
Very great.
But this would have been a good like way to like foreshadow, oh, this is a movie about remakes or whatever.
Mhm.
But right now, I'm just like, I'm not rolling.
Right. So she, like I said, she goes out, she's untaping Charlie. He gets up and he's like, what do you say? This is your sign to make a move or something like that.
Yeah.
This is me making a move. And
Yeah, and he's like,
he stabs her in the gut.
And he's like,
4 years and you didn't even say any. Now you want to talk to me? It's like, bitch, you.
Red pill.
He kind of had a little.
Like he should
had a
have
little,
got it first. He should have got it first.
Red
he should
pill.
have
He
got it.
still
He
had
should
like
have
a
told Jill,
whimper,
hold
though.
off. He should have told Jill, hold up a little bit.
Red pill podcast. Well, he was in love with her though. They were dating.
Yeah, still got a vibe like he didn't want to kill her. When he did it, he just seemed a little like just kind of sad about it. But I don't know.
Yeah,
I think it's because I think you know what probably happened. Jill put that into his head, like, you've liked her for this long. Look how long it's taken her to come talk to you.
She's still not
she
giving
doesn't
it up.
want you. Da da da. Yes, so
Yeah.
she definitely did that. 100% she did that.
But also, she had to die. Like, she had to die anyway.
But again, where'd the knife come from?
I hate you. So he like,
I don't know. So now it's revealed to the audience that the first killer is Charlie. Woo, Charlie! It's Charlie. He did it. Charlie Murphy.
Yeah.
So Sydney's running around the house and then she runs into Charlie and he's like, oh yeah, bitch, I'm the killer, blah blah blah. And so I feel like
he slams her up against the wall.
Yeah. And then she like but she hits him though. She like beats him up. She beats his ass. Because he can't fight unless he's the killer.
What happened to the knife that she had? Did it get knocked out of her hand?
I don't even fucking remember. Sydney be pissing me off. I really don't remember.
Go.
I know she grabbed it, but I don't remember what happened to the knife.
So then after she gets knocked out by the 5'6" killer, the 5'2" killer comes in. She's like,
she
tries to run.
Books?
Yeah, she's like literally tries to run from the killer, and then he just stabs her in the stomach. And so she's just like, oh, there's two killers. And that's when Jill takes off the mask.
Yeah, it's like
Sydney should always know there's two fucking killers. With the exception of Roman.
See, there was still two killers in the movie.
Yeah, I feel like that script is
Angelina
we
was
know.
the killer. They just didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Roman just tried to take all responsibility because he's the director. He directs it. So yeah, she finds out that Jill's the killer, and then Jill's like, she's like, what? Why? Ooh. She's like, it's because I want to
take it to that. I'm sorry.
I didn't even see what he did. I was looking at myself.
Jay is an ass. Jay, you've been mean to me this whole episode. I don't appreciate it.
Get all that crummage. Yeah.
It's Jay, it's not me.
You were making fun of my camera. I'm like, I just see that in the corner. My bad, man.
It's all right. I'll just jump off the roof.
So Jill basically tells Sydney she wants to be famous. She masterminded all the murders, and she's basically jealous. She doesn't say she's jealous, but she's jealous from all the fame that Sydney has received. And she tells her that, people get famous for absolutely nothing nowadays. You just have to be a victim. And I'm like, maybe then, but now it's just for nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking about? What the fuck?
Literally, I can quit my job now.
Yeah, I feel like the viral
I
wasn't
talked about
a thing
how I
back
sucked
then.
dick.
Yeah, viral wasn't a thing, but it's like, I don't know.
Oh.
What?
No, I said like the hawk to girl.
Oh.
Like, how long is it supposed to last, bitch?
She has like a full-on agency now. Like, it's crazy.
Again, you don't have to do anything.
But granted, if a black girl would have said that,
oh baby,
oh yeah, you would have been slut shamed.
Yeah,
But
yeah, so she wants to be her.
She wants to be Sydney.
She wants to be her. She wants to be her, and they want Charlie to be Randy. But Randy died, baby.
Mhm.
I don't know why he thought that if this bitch killed her own mother to be just like Sidney, how did he not think that she was gonna kill him?
Yeah.
That she definitely she put that thing on him. That pillow talk,
Right, baby. So they pull
Got
out
him.
Trevor, and they're basically Trevor is gonna be the Billy Loomis. They done beat his ass, tied him up already, and Trevor he's like, oh, I'm sorry. So apparently, yeah. So she shoots him in the dick and then shoots him in the head, and I'm like, how
like
does this,
somebody's gonna do that? That's
like,
not
how
gonna
does this make
sense.
sense? Like, you know what I mean?
This
Like
was
that seems
obviously
like a
out of
personal
anger.
kill. Yeah.
Correct.
So I couldn't understand. I didn't understand how they were going to explain how all this shit went down because it didn't make sense. Like, so you shot him,
and then from the angle, they're gonna know the angle of trajectory.
Yeah, when they
how
do
he was
the
shot. He was literally laying there,
forensics.
not doing anything.
Yeah.
The
Well,
blood
to be
spatter
fair,
is gonna tell you that his arms were crossed.
to be fair,
Baby
maybe with the
CSI
dick,
was out by then.
maybe with the dick, but with the head, I mean, Sidney shot Billy while he was laying down too in the head.
But it's the blood spatter that
I
I'm
thought
talking
he stood
about.
up though.
No, he sat up.
No, he
He sat up. Yeah, he sat
Yeah.
up. Like, yeah.
But the blood spatter is it explains the whole. I was a big CSI fan. My goodness.
Oh,
the first season, the first entity of CSI. That was my shit. But yeah, there's no way. There's no way. But like I said, Randy died. So these fucking idiots.
Not Randy died. Trevor died.
Yeah, so Trevor died. So Charlie's like, all right, baby, right in the shoulder.
Right in the shoulder.
Just like Stu and Billy. Right in the shoulder. And Jill's like, aha, in the heart. He's like, wait, what are you doing? She's like, everybody loves a solo survivor, baby. Like
that's not how it happened, Jill. Like I understand but that's not how it happened.
And at this point in the movie, now we got to just make a call back to comedian, actor Brandon Collins, guest of the Booshakalaka podcast, Medium Popcorn, all of that shit. He straight up said she just came across a little hokey, just a little.
She turned into Gallagher.
She was doing a whole lot.
This was the best part of the movie. Like this was the
best part on this. I loved it.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. She stabs. She kills Charlie. She stabs Sidney. And then she's like, okay, let me put the plan into action again. I think she did this, but I will say this: she did it too early because the police are still on their way. They've been on their way since they were on the roof when Sidney called on the roof. So again, why is it taking so long to get there? But so she just starts. What does she do first? She scratches her face. She uses Trevor's hand to scratch her face and pull out her hair. Then she puts the knife against the wall. She stabs herself in the shoulder. She wipes off, she wipes off everything, the fingerprints and all that, which I guess wouldn't matter since one of y'all had to kill him.
This is my favorite part when she ran into that fucking picture frame.
This is good. What she's doing is cool. It's clever. It's different.
She was smart
but
as
her
hell.
Lines, when she starts talking,
oh baby, terrible,
batshit crazy girl. It was like,
yeah, like we're gonna get into her lines. She gave herself away 20 times. But and then the infamous jumping backwards into the table was I don't know how she got up from that because I would have been dead as a doornail. Then she goes and lays down by Sidney, but
does not check Sidney's anything.
We also need to acknowledge that the fact that when Sidney looked back downstairs, like when she was going back to check on Kirby, she didn't hear anything, but there was she heard you could hear a door opening, and that's what the fans used to revive Kirby in the new movie, because they were like, because they wanted Kirby, Kirby's a fan favorite, so they wanted her to survive, and they were like, that sound was Kirby crawling back inside when Sidney was that's how they literally used that one clip, and they were like, no, Kirby's alive, guys, and then that's why it was when she would so she was looking around the house and she went back for Kirby and she was like, Kirby, and then you hear creaking, like a door creaking, and then that, and they just, again, it didn't mean anything, but they took that and they were like, look, Kirby's alive, and that's why Kirby's still alive. But I'm sure she'll probably die at the beginning of Scream 7.
As soon as she drops down by Sidney, Dewey busts them through the door,
literally
fucking clockwork. The police arrive. Sidney and Jill are taken to the hospital.
It looks like chaos, though. That looks like a chaotic crime scene.
We see Jill on the stretcher, and she's like, what?
She was smiling.
It felt so bad.
Oh my god,
it was so good.
They're like, Jill.
She's like,
But they're in the hospital now, and this is where she gives herself away.
No, this is where the movie should have ended. It should have ended.
No. I thought about you when I was watching.
She was coming out on the stretcher.
He said this should have ended right here, and the movie should have ended, and then in the next movie, that's when it should have. Yeah,
they could have made a trilogy.
Yeah,
out of the 4.
Okay. Yeah, I just think she should. I think it would, and that would have been amazing. Like her orchestrating her own sequels, and like that would have been amazing. But that's why I say she killed him too early, because there was still work left to do. Because she could have done all the all the fucking herself up while he was still alive. But I guess she didn't know she was gonna have any stamina after that. But we're back at the hospital, and Dewey's talking to her, and she's just like, oh, I heard they were all dead. And he's just like, it's okay, She's not even like emoting like a girl whose mom died, whose friends died, whose boyfriend tried. She's not even like really breaking down. And then this is what pisses me off. She's like, Gail, we'll write a book together. Look, red flag. I'm like, red flag. Like, your mom just died, and you're talking about, oh, me and your wife gonna write a book together about, like, that was not Sydney was. That's what made Sydney the perfect victim. She was away from it all. She didn't want to do Diane Sawyer with Cotton. She didn't want to get in on Gail's book. Like, she didn't want this. So the fact that she's literally like, oh, we're gonna, like, red flags. I was like, oh, well, he should have known then. But then she lets herself slip, like they all do. She's like, with our matching tattoos, matching wounds. And then he goes down and tells Gail, and Gail's like, how does she know I got
stabbed in the shoulder?
Because they never released that information. But again, Jill, how did Jill drive there, put the mask on, stab Gail, and then get back to get back
because
to Kirby?
Because it was Charlie.
Charlie was at the Sabathon.
I thought he was at the Sabathon, but he was hosting it.
But he stabbed Gail. I mean, people were putting on the mask.
Disappear into the haystack.
I don't have time for that. That's bullshit.
Yeah, Charlie stabbed Gail. Definitely. So Jill only killed at the end. No, she killed the 2 cops, her mom, and then at the end.
And so he runs off. He's like, "Oh, everybody to Sydney's room." So she go to Sydney's room because he told her that
you just won't.
He told her that she was still alive. And what the fuck did she try to do first? Oh, she just gets on top of her and starts choking her. This is when I start. This is okay. So, like you said, the movie should have ended there because I love.
Because how are you gonna get away with that?
That's I'm like, how do you? So, she was just strangled in bed randomly. Like, it just didn't make. I'm like, there's no way you could get out of this. Like, and he even kind of gave her an out.
She was manic at this point because like she had a great plan. Their plan was great and it really went through well. But at that point, she just was.
Well, I think. The only because he was like Sydney's alive, but he even said she won't remember anything. So and that's why I was like, well, then I'd have been like, oh shit, you don't remember shit.
Well, you just never know. We watch a lot of movies with people lost their memory, amnesia, and so they always remember at different times.
But like you said, this whole scene in this room, how are you going to explain all this? So she choking Sydney, she whipping Sydney's ass. Again, 5'2", and she's slamming Sydney in cabinets and shit. But she's lifting her body.
Has been stabbed. Jill got stabbed too in the shoulder. What are we talking about? I guess maybe.
No,
maybe
I'm not even
Jill's
that.
Meds are fresh.
She's lifting her up like y'all. You can fight her, but she lifted her body and threw her into.
But it's like psycho strength.
Oh,
she's just
so
that adrenaline of just insanity or whatever.
It was very painful because she was really fucking them stitches up, like and so
Dewey, she started to bleed again and everything.
Yeah, Dewey comes in, she grabs the bedpan, she beats the fuck out of him with that bedpan.
I thought she was gonna kill him, and she should have. She really should have.
And again,
I have never seen an aluminum bedpan like that. The only I've seen them in plastic.
And I know they used to have them, but maybe they discontinued because it's cold. But they I don't. Again, how are you gonna explain all this? So she beats his ass, and then Gail comes up. She grabs his gun. She like, "Oh, bitch, you about to die now." Now Gail gun got fully dressed to come down to this room.
No, I think she was dressed already. I think Gail was probably going home that night.
Oh, okay.
But then I think she was going home, but then all that other shit happened. So she probably was just like, "I'm just gonna stay here at the hospital till Sydney wakes up, and talk to her or something." I'm sure that makes sense to me.
Okay, because the show, okay. And here come I was about to say director Judy, Deputy Judy, and she saves her at the nick of time right before she shoots her, and they go hide behind another hospital bed. And Jill's like, all right, I'm gonna fucking shoot Dewey in the head. Judy like, oh, not my man.
Not on my watch.
And so she throws her gun. She stands up, pow, right in the kisser. And then she makes Gail stand up, and she's like, all right, come out, bitch, come out, get your skinny ass out here. And then Sydney wakes up. She turns on the defibrillator. And she's like, all right, I have one more word. Clear.
That was too many clears for me.
I don't know. I don't know how she survived that. So yeah, they Dewey, he's still fucking useless. What happened? If he couldn't walk then, he can't walk now. And then Judy's like, she's alive. She had on,
oh my god, I hated this part so much.
Where the vest shaved your chest?
And then, like, what are we doing? When did this turn into fucking Urkel? Like, what are we doing? Like, I was pissed. That was so stupid.
And then Jill gets up, one final scare. She grabs some glass. She tries to go stab her, and then she shoots her in the heart. Time
she should have shot Jill in the leg. She could have shot Jill anywhere.
Why'd you want her to shoot her? Oh, you wanted her to live though.
Because I wanted Jill to feel that fame for that minute, and then those news broadcasters take it back from her, because that would have hurt her more than killing her.
And then that's when you get the ending, like, oh, Jill Roberts, she's a hero, and da 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 da. I'm like, she's really not a hero. She really only saved herself. So, like,
damn, you're right. Well,
yeah, like she's a survivor.
You gotta think they probably think she saved Sidney too, because they know that Sidney's still alive.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, she in that, like, I'm just like, she's not really a hero. She's a survivor because she really, But yeah. So, and that's the end. That is Scream 4. I agree with Tiffany. The movie should have ended when she was getting carried out the first time, when all the reporters were interfaced, and then it should have restarted with her in her fame. And maybe the fame is dwindling, like, a few years later. Because when did Scream 5 come out? 10 years later? And the fame
it doesn't even, the fame doesn't even have to be dwindling. It should be her just trying to continue on Sydney's story. So the next year at Windsor College, something's got to happen again. Like, setting that up. So for something to happen the next year at college. So it could just be like a family curse type of thing.
Yeah, but she shouldn't have killed Charlie, because it's like, you have to now convince another white boy to be like, hey, you want to kill some people with me?
Well, I don't know. She got that thing.
She could go to Windsor College and maybe somebody's hip to her, or she's inspired other killers herself. And it's like two killers battling each other. I don't know. But I think a legacy...
Ooh, that would be a twist, though.
Well, I mean, she could have also went to Windsor College and just been the killer.
Or that.
But that would have been a different twist.
If there was just
a legacy character should die in each movie, though. So in 4, I think Sidney probably should have died. They would have never done that. And then the next one, maybe Gail
should have died. No, Gail
in the haystack. Yeah,
you just don't like Gail. Gail and then Dewey.
No,
in 5.
she's definitely overstayed her welcome. Come on now, especially in that last movie. What the fuck was she doing there?
Yeah,
I'll say okay. So now Scream 7. There's nothing left. It's just literally Sidney.
It's just Gail.
No. Oh,
she's
Gail.
Oh,
Gail gonna be in Scream 7.
Damn, I forgot. Yeah.
What else
in the kids, maybe.
Yeah, Kincaid gonna have to die. Something like
Apparently, there's some news that he might not be in Scream 7.
Just find another white man. That'll be fine.
Right.
Okay. Well, Patrick Dempsey. Okay.
He ain't got shit to do, and he ain't on Grays no more. And he's clearly, if he can do Thanksgiving, he can do.
Well,
Scream
no,
7.
he's doing a Dexter prequel.
Oh.
No.
So he's doing something else. So he is signed up for something. So.
But movies don't take that long, though.
Right, especially, like, he doesn't have to be in so many scenes. He can just be in a couple. Like, he could be at work, gone, for something, and then he just comes in for the climax of the movie.
If you can do Thanksgiving, you can do Scream.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come on now. Let's not do this.
All right, so that was the end of Scream 4.
Come on, be nice.
I'm gonna give it a 5. I still like when Jill was fucking herself up. That was the best part of the entire movie for me, because she did some damage, and she was smart till she wasn't smart. But this movie, like I said, again, should have ended right when she was being wheeled off. They could have even ended it in the hospital where Dewey said, you know, Sidney's still alive. They could have just cut to black right there. That would have been perfect. Like, because then it's like, woo, what is she gonna do next? But we didn't need the bedpan and Judy and fucking get your skinny ass over here. We didn't need any of that shit. So 5.
Is Dewey Judy's son's father?
Do it for Wes.
No.
I don't know. I don't know because you got to think.
I just thought about that because I was like, we never see his dad.
So they would have been. So they were supposed to be like 16,
and they got divorced.
17.
Remember him and Gail got divorced.
So hold on, they're supposed to be like 16, 17, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Seniors in high school. Yeah.
Okay, so if they were 17 in 2022, what year would they have been born? 2005, something like that. I'm terrible with math.
Maybe.
Okay, so early 2000s. Early 2000s. Yeah. Let's put it this way. Remember, he dated Gail in Scream 1, which came out in 1996. Never mind. No, because by the time
she was still acting like smitten by Dewey though. Like she had never done anything.
But it was already they were already married because they got married after the third one. So no, there wouldn't have been time for it. I was thinking, thinking if maybe the kid was born like late 90s, there might have been time for it. Between
so he would have
2 and Scream 3.
Yeah, so he would have already had to been born, is what you're saying.
Yes.
But before, okay. Because Scream 5,
he was born after. So no, I don't think that he's.
Oh, so she's just a single mom. Ew.
Maybe she's looking for like a.
No, I'm just saying because like
a father figure for his son.
Yeah, I don't like that. That makes it worse. That's ill. Because, but oh, damn you, Judy. So okay, I was trying to give it.
Your limerick squares taste like ass. What's your score?
I'm gonna give it an 8.
Whoa, come on, bro.
Out of 80.
I'm gonna give it an 8. We got to think about it. I mean, we've done 1 through 3. I think that's the highest score I've given any of them. An 8.
What the?
No, I think you gave an 8 to Scream 2.
Oh,
I think you gave the first one a really high score.
I don't remember, but I'm gonna give it an 8. I really liked it. I thought it was very fresh. I liked it way more than Scream 5. I hated Scream 5.
I love Scream 5.
Oh, so you coming back?
It's a better movie. I'm gonna go ahead and say this is a 6. It's a 6. It just hasn't. When it came out, it was phenomenal. Looking back at it now, it just has not aged well at all.
That's because you hadn't had it in a long time, though. That's why you think it was. Because we remember I just like rewatch these movies like damn near every fall. Like just. But I mean, like a new Scream movie. Like think about from Scream 3 to Scream 4. You hadn't had that taste.
Okay, so yeah, when it was like, well, I don't like that analogy. I don't.
What is wrong with him? What is wrong with him?
Nah, you know what you're doing.
You've been in the gutter this whole episode.
I don't think I have. Like, no.
You know what you're doing.
No, I'm serious.
It wasn't fresh in my mind. It wasn't. I'm literally. Fresh in my mind.
It might be these Funyuns, honestly, but I'm like, you hadn't had that taste in your mouth of like a fresh Scream movie. So this was like, damn, I hadn't seen Scream in 10 years. Like, so it was it was better than 3. It was different. It was like back to the basics. It wasn't too campy like 3 was. But no, yeah, like just celebrity cameo fest. That was just dumb. I just took up the whole like first half of the movie. I thought the killer's motivation was pretty cool. It was different. We see in future movies that they still kind of lean on the same type of motivations. That's why I don't like Scream 5.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, it kind of just waters it down. But yeah, I don't know if it has a lot of rewatchability. And funny enough, this is the only one that has not received like a 4K. Like, nobody's actually gone back to this movie to just try to like, update it for like modern times or whatever. It's kind of just a forgettable movie. It's kind of like in the same realm as the TV series. I feel like it's just kind of hot, around the 2009, 2011 era. But yeah, 6 out of 10. Not a lot of replay value. Not the worst movie, but it's whatever.
Okay.
8's kind of high though. It's kind of high.
Just a smidge, just a skosh.
Yeah. Was this Wes Craven's last movie?
I think so.
Wow. Okay.
I think so. Well, no, because he died before Scream 5, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's why I said for Wes.
Mm.
I thought that was Judy's. What's her son's name?
I thought it was. Well, oh, it was Wes.
It was Wes. He was named that. Oh, okay. That's why
That's
I thought
why
you
they
said
named
it.
him that.
Okay.
I thought you were saying for Wes for him. Okay, got it.
You know, I was happy when he died. I hated him.
No, in the movie when Wes died, they do that in the movie. They say for Wes, but it's like a double entendre.
Because they had because during that scene they had other cast members there, like this guy, like Drew Barrymore was there, like dressed as a like they had that was cool. That was cool. I was happy when he died.
Did y'all watch the movie?
Scream 5? I cannot. I hated that movie because I thought that
Scream
was
5 was money, except one thing. I just didn't like one thing. About
I liked the new characters. I did not like the motivation because it was the same fucking thing.
Please don't say Dewey dying.
Dewey dying.
Yeah, that was hurtful.
That was
hurtful.
It just didn't. It didn't impact the story whatsoever. It just didn't make sense.
They just did it just to do it.
Yeah, it was just like, ooh, but unless they were just gonna keep killing legacy characters throughout the rest of the series.
Fine if they killed Gil in 6, then you'd have been like, okay, fine, I see.
Yeah, if they would have killed her in her penthouse, I'm like, okay, I'm rolling. And then save Sidney if she were to come back, and I just don't think she likes these people, this crew or the new kids anyway. But if they would have just kind of like did one final send off, I think it would have been cool. But no, yeah, him dying in because he kind of had like the trope for like in the Scream fandom, like he can't die. He can get like brutally like attacked and like have like severe injuries and stuff, but
which is
he'll
why they
always
come back.
Yeah, he should have died in Scream 2.
Well, I just see no, because
he should have died in Scream 2. He was still recovering damn near in Scream 2, and he got like slit up even worse.
Why was he even there?
Because remember he came to town because he heard about the murder.
So the news.
He's a glutton for punishment.
He had to protect Sidney. Like you have to think, and I like. There's a lot of because his sister died, and that was her best friend. So it's just kind of. I think that
he was like a big brother.
Yeah, they all need to go to therapy, but that's
Sidney got a daddy.
Her daddy wasn't there.
He ain't never around.
Her, he always traveling on business.
There to take me to the fair.
It seems he doesn't care. I hate you so fucking much. You're a bastard. That's some bastard ass shit. But I love the new characters. It's just like that motivation was
4-4.
The same thing. It was literally
the motivation was
the reboots are lame, so we want to like the
requel.
It's just fucking ugh. It was stupid. It should have been something more in line with the killers of the family members of the killer. I don't know. It just the way they marketed
I guess their motivation is somewhat different. They didn't want to be famous.
They weren't family members. That I appreciated that. Every other movie has some kind of family involvement. Some kind of family involvement.
No, that's true. That's true.
Okay.
So they were the only ones.
Well, they kind of flipped it to killer lineage though. It's still familial in a sense.
Yeah, because after 5 was the only one, and then 6, it's 6 was family. It was like it's literally a whole family.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, it's always like a family something.
Yeah, so I'm saying it wasn't like that in 5.
No, it was we didn't know about Sam or whatever.
But Sam wasn't the killer.
She kind of had that that thing going on.
Something wrong with her. Something wrong with Sam.
Because something's wrong with Sam. Clearly, I think they were building up
for revenge. She was the victim.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. But I think what they were trying to get at is that they were going to build up to Sam being like a killer by like Scream 7. Even in like Scream 6, she's having those like
visions,
those carnal thoughts and shit. But
I think that was what I didn't like the most was the fucking.
You didn't like Skeet Ulrich's CGI.
That aged ass. Oh no. That will do for Scream 4. Please be sure to come back next week when we review a very new movie. This is the first of its kind. We are going to the movies. So we will be reviewing M. Night Shyamalan's Trapped. I don't know how we're gonna keep notes watching it
I
in the
don't
dark
either.
theater.
This is gonna be straight from memory.
Look, just get a piece of paper and just write like that. And then we just be like that. There's not gonna be a Wikipedia, nothing. Oh my god. Thanks, Jay, for joining us. Thanks, Pierre.
It's always a pleasure, Jay. You are incredible.
Thank you for having me. Sorry for any disruptions I might have had today. The embarrassment I might have caused.
That jump scare.
You were the scream.
Yes.
Don't worry, I'll screenshot it and send it to you.
If you like to see Jay Moore, send tit pics. Bye.
Don't send tit pics. I don't want to see tits. Thank you.
Where did you hide it, Dan?